say you love me, say you're thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 Anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. Say you love me, say you're thinking of me.
Hotter in the summer, the winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer, the winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer.
Gotta watch your front and your back, be careful who you hugging, you dab. Cause these niggas ain't your brother like that, don't really love you like that. From the land of snakes, trying to be a great, trusting everybody that I love, that was my mistake. Turn me cold-hearted to a savage. If you fuck me over, I ain't giving out passes. Doing big shit, we ain't doing nothing average. Hotter in the summer if you ask.
It get hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer, the winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer, the winter don't stand no chances.
Went from wearing Chuck Taylor to Balenciaga. Swear these niggas think I'm rubbing on the genie bottle. Giving nada, saying nada, I'm just pushing product. I made my waves in the winter, now my summer hotter.
Niggas better catch up.
Move too swift for all the lame shit. You asking for a favor, how I know we ain't the same, bitch. Watch how I in and out lane switch. They tryna earn cheese off a K, but they ain't Swiss.
Hotter in the summer, the winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer, the winter don't stand no chances.
Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place, bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back 8. I'm in the gym putting numbers up. You're never there, you got bad traits. Never excuses or cover-ups. Learn from the losses and bad breaks. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Who said I wasn't him? Who said it? All this talk about who's on top and who's not. Miss me with the gossip. Check the score, yeah. See me coming off the screen. Know I gave myself the green light. Catch a shoe from the 3. If I'm not the one, it doesn't seem right. I need like 2, 4, 5, 6 in them rings. I'm talking back to back to back like 23. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on to the next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shit, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, bitch, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Come on. Let's see. 100. All right, let's get some ones in the chat. If you are hyped, ones in the chat, please. Please, ones in the chat right now. I better see a ton of these. Looks cold. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. There we go. There we go. Flood them in. Flood them in. Let's go. Big up for the epic introduction. Come on, man. You know we got to do it big over here. You know we got to do it big over here. Hey, we live. There we go. All right. Yeah. All right. You guys ready? Are we, you guys ready to get into this? I got some people here with me to help. They're backstage. That's how cool this is. That's how cool this is. These guys are my idol. Thank you. What's up? I just missed everything. We just got started. Honestly, you didn't really miss anything. Really. There's so much more to come. All right.
What,
You're in. There
can
we
you
go.
hear me? Oh, I was
Yep.
muted the whole time, or?
Yeah, you were muted the whole time.
Oh,
I didn't
nice.
hear a single
Nice.
thing you just said.
I was saying good things about you, but it's all good.
That's
You probably don't have to
crazy.
do that.
That's crazy. All right. You ready to kick this thing off?
Guys, we're just gonna get started right away. We got enough people in. Nice. What's up, guys? Thanks everyone for being here. So how this is going down today? We got a ton to cover, to be honest. But yeah, we got a pretty streamlined process prepared. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with a quick introduction, and then the moment that you've all been waiting for, giving you a tour through the entire PRODUCR website. Then we're gonna share the real reason why we actually made this, along with a little bit of backstory and sharing some insights that we've gathered in the past months. And this will be super interesting for anyone who wants to get better results from selling beats. Then I'll be showing you around from the inside. I'm going to do a live design example as well. And also, this is where we're going to announce the winner of a free producer website too. So then you definitely want to stick around for the launch edition special offer. We put together an insane offer with a ton of bonuses, plus something exclusively available for people in this live stream. And then at the end, we'll stick around for some extra Q&A time. Speaking of questions, by the way, feel free to drop them in the chat whenever. I'm here with Ryan, and Troy is here as well, and they will be helping me out with this presentation. But the rest of the Heat team, Rutger, Mickey, Mike, Nathan, they're all in here taking note of any questions in the chat, so I can address those later. Also, I made a ton of notes to ensure that this goes as smooth as possible. So while I'll be looking over that, Ryan will actually be handling the slides. Now, just a quick heads up, this is all live. So I'm just going to say this in advance. Forgive me if I make any mistakes or if I forget to cover anything relevant. This is actually why we're doing the Q&A at the end as well. So there will be enough time to answer any questions. So without further ado, let's just get started right away. I want to start off with just a quick intro for anyone that's new here. So my name is Robin Wesley. I am the CEO and founder of Heat. Our company specializes in marketing and sales for music producers and other music-related companies. We have basically two main divisions in our company. One is the educational side. Since 2018, we've been providing courses, templates, and resources to help producers monetize their music through selling beats or getting sync placements. But aside from our courses, we also launched our leaders community earlier this year. This is actually our private community where, in addition to some learning resources, we also host live events, workshops, and providing mentorship and guidance for producers that are looking to turn their side hustles into a full-time business. Now, the other division that we have is our agency, and this is where we provide done-for-you services for email marketing, web design, and overall business strategy. Some of our clients include Software, Kavi, JCactus, Mantra Beats, Producer Grind, and many more. Today, we're actually here to officially launch our latest project called PRODUCR. And you may have already seen the visuals and the promotions that we ran on socials. But yeah, we've actually built a completely optimized multi-page website template for music producers selling beats. It's super easy to use. It's quick to install. It's cost efficient, very low maintenance, and you don't need any prior web design or coding skills at all. This also works with any beat store. This is the main question that we were getting. Do I need to switch to another beat store? The answer is no. It works with all the major ones. Now, throughout the next, I would say like 45 minutes, 60 minutes, I'm going to tell you all about this. But first, we just want to start off right away, just showing you guys what we've built. So let me know in the chat who wants to get the tour through the PRODUCR website.
One's in the chat. If you want to see it, put a one in the chat. If you want to see it.
I can't see the ones. I can't see the chat.
There's a gazillion of them. Someone said, "Oh my God, Robin, who's that guy? Robin? Wow, his hair looks so nice. His studio is so cool." They're saying really good things about you, man. I wish you could see it.
Thank you, man. All right, I'm going to share my screen now.
There we go.
Let's see. Present. Share screen. There we go. So I got my notes on my iPad here. So this is PRODUCR. And I'm just going to run through the entire website from start to finish. First of all, we got a really cool looking header right here where you can change up images. You can properly display promotions as well. I actually got a dark version and a light version built. This is the light version, for example. And this is just a hero section. And here you can also switch things up, have some promotions going on. In this case, a summer sale, for example. And then you have that option to use those urgency timers and those sales banners. Now, in off periods, you can have this brand ticker that we built, kind of like showcasing some of the credits and some of the brands that you work with. Below that, we have the dedicated Beat Store section, a proper display of any active promotions that you got going on. There are actually 2 versions for this as well. We have one for coupon codes.
I just want to highlight. So this is one of my favorite things ever, because you can literally click on copy code, and then I don't think the code's active on whatever beat player's in there, but then the person just goes in their cart on the actual player, and they just paste the code right in.
Right. Yeah, love it. Just little things to enhance the user experience. So yeah, there's a version for coupon codes and a version for bulk deals. Then we also build in like a ton of tool tips, kind of like little hovers to help people navigate through the website. Then below this, we got the actual Beat Store. This one is actually the Soundy store, but it actually works with any Beat Store that provides embed stores. So BeatStars does this, Airbit does it. I think TrackTrain even offers this too. And basically, you just implement this within the website. I will show you guys more about how this works later. Then below, we have like some additional text boxes to kind of help people guide through a purchase. If this is like the first time they're buying beats online, just some helpful text. Then we got the licensing area, and this is where you can display up to 5 licenses, 4 in a row. And then below that, we got an additional, like a bonus section for exclusive rights. And this is fully customizable. Everything is actually fully customizable, but we actually spent quite some time on getting this built, because this is an important aspect of the website. If we looked at when we analyze website, like checking out heat maps and stuff like that, this was, aside from the Beat Store, obviously this is one of the most visited spots of the website. So we kind of enhanced the experience here by being able to add some subtext to it, and actually have another version of this on a dedicated licensing page, which I'll get to in a second. Then,
hey, Robin, quick question. We're getting into this. Let's say I have 5 licenses. Am I screwed?
No, you can just use this bug for a 5th license.
What if I have 6?
Yeah. No.
What if I have 3?
You can have up to 5 license tiers. Honestly, this was kind of like an issue when we were building this, because there are people that have like 6 different license tiers. That makes no sense to me. That's just confusing people. It's not necessary at all. Just go with 3, 4, max 5. That's enough. It's just, based on our experience, right? And I'm sure you would agree. Yeah. Too many options. If you confuse them, then you lose them. So then a call to action for custom production work. We got actually an entire landing page built for this as well. Then below this, we got a lead generation section, and this you can actually connect with your email service provider. You can just put the embed in here, start collecting emails. Then below this, we got testimonials, a nice moving element where you can just put any testimonials in whichever you want. Kind of like having that moving element, so it kind of stands out from the website. This is great for social proof, obviously. So we got this, and then below this, we got our biography section, where you can tell a little bit more about yourself, links to your actual external platforms, socials, then production credits, and also like a way to kind of like in a cool way display any songs that you've worked on. And if I would click on this, I'm not going to do that now because it's not going to work, but if you click on this, then you can have this lead to like a Spotify player or a YouTube video. So that is the homepage. What do you guys think?
But wait, there's more. There's still more.
We're just getting started, man.
So I'm seeing some questions come in. Obviously, at the end, that's what we have Q&A for. Mm-hmm. But I will say, guys, based on all the questions that you have, we've already prepared answers for them. Or we have answers for them to where your questions aren't going to be a problem. See what I mean? But hey, Extreme MC said just the homepage. He said, bro, you just made me a homepage? Anyone can do that, bro. Right? Show him. It's cool. Not just a homepage. Let's give them the whole core.
All right. So, like I said, we have 2 different spots where you can highlight your license tiers. We also have a dedicated licensing page where we can cover in a little bit more detail some of your licensing terms. It has the exact same functionality, but in this website, it also has this little slide in where you can properly display your license agreements. This is on pretty much all the websites that we researched before, and this is always like a big issue. It never looks like good. It's always like very messy when you do the pop-ups. So yeah, this is a proper way of kind of like displaying that. Now, below this, again, a section for exclusive rights. And like I said, you have up to 5 license tiers, so you can just click on this one as well. And this is your 5th license. Then if they are like, okay, I know enough, I'm ready to buy, they click on this and it'll instantly bring back up the Beat Store located on the homepage, but it auto loads the section for the Beat Store. Then below this, we have some additional information again regarding payment methods, the whole process explained. And then below this, we got new to buying beats, 3 articles, but we actually prepared 4 fully written articles, and we already packed that within the entire template as well. So this way you have proper copy inside the website already as soon as you deploy it. You don't have to use it, but it's just a cool little feature.
Hey guys, next question before Robin shows anything off. Do any of you guys offer any other services like mixing and mastering, custom beats, or you want to offer those services? Anybody? Please, one person? I hope. Please lie to me, make me feel like I'm not an idiot. I do. Cole Choppin says I do. There we go.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
they will after we show them.
Maybe because they never properly had a way to do it before, they didn't know how to do it. Look at that. Mixing and mastering. I make sound kits. We'll talk about that a little later. I do. Yup. Okay, sounds like a lot of people offer mixing and mastering or custom beats.
Okay, cool.
So
We got
Robin,
those covered.
show those nice people what we have.
Okay, let's do custom beats first. So what we did is we actually built out entire landing pages for every service. So you can properly explain the service and you can have that optimized sales copy to kind of incentivize action and have people submit requests to actually work with you. So just to start at the top, we have a hero section here as well, some testimonials. And these testimonials, actually, you can have 3 sets of testimonials, one for mixing and mastering, one for custom beats, and one for the homepage. And that way you can actually properly display the testimonials that are related to, in this case, the custom beats service. Below this, we got a bunch of text boxes to kind of like explain everything that comes with it. Now, obviously, everything can be changed. So however you run your business and how you do custom beats, you can put that in here. But it's just a good way to kind of like show people what they are all getting. We're doing the exact same with an additional, like a different way of kind of showcasing that. Then again, bringing back these production credits. This is all pulled from the exact same engine. You only have to set this up once, and then it will be displayed on this page, but also on the homepage. Then we also pre-build out a nice little section where it kind of like covers all the steps, so people know exactly what they're stepping into. And this all can be adjusted, obviously, as well with however you process your custom beats. But this is just to give your potential customers kind of idea of how the process will go if they start working with you. And then for pricing, we build it into 2 different pricing boxes, but there's also ways to add more tiers if you have a different way of showcasing this. And then below this, obviously, a proper display of FAQs to kind of like answer the immediate question or address some concerns that people may have based on the information. You want to say something, Ryan? Sorry.
I'm at the star comment and I put it on the screen. Made a whoopsies, but we'll keep on going. Okay, so what do you guys think about the custom beats page? Is it cool or is it worthless? And I swear, if any of you say. Fire, insane, nice.
Okay,
nice.
cool.
Looks crazy so far.
Nice. Okay, let's do mixing and mastering next. We got a lot to cover, so let's just speed through it now.
We'll keep on going.
Right. So this is another page where it's more focused on mixing and mastering. This actually has a different way for you to showcase some of your work. This is a cool little feature that we build in. If you click on this, it'll actually connect directly to the Shopify API. So you only have to, on the back end, I'll show you this later, but on the back end, you only put in the Shopify shareable URL and it kind of like instantly pulls in the metadata, the images, and it makes these cool little boxes. Just a nice little premium effect going on your website. Then again, some different text boxes. Then a cool way to kind of like display some streaming services. Obviously, if you're offering mixing and mastering, then one of the main questions you're going to get is, are you going to mix and master based on like streaming protocols and, with all the loudness wars and stuff like that. So that, another cool section with some text boxes, but now kind of like displayed in a different way. Testimonials, of course, again, and this time you can build them exactly or entirely based on the mixing and mastering service that you offer. This is just a cool little backdrop to kind of like break the page with a lot of text coming up here. And then in this case, I chose to showcase like some equipment that you may be using. I used to do mixing and mastering as well. I had a ton of rappers asking if I was using Autotune or Melodyne. So this is where you can showcase that. And then the exact same, staying kind of like consistent to the design, where you can have the exact same boxes outlining the whole process. And below that, actually 4 license tiers, where I was just going off of what I was usually doing and offering for mixing and mastering services. And this is very typical for other engineers as well: mixing, mastering, complete bundles, and just instrumental mixes. And then below this, of course, another FAQ section, which can also be completely customized for this specific page. So that's the one for mixing and mastering. Ryan, can I go on, or?
I'll let you go on. I'll let you go on. Chat, dude, the chat right now, they're like,
Gotcha.
oh my God, does this guy have eyes? This looks so bad. They're saying just horrible things.
Yeah, I figured that's
horrible.
That's why I didn't want to read the comments.
They said, wow, the animations, terrible. Ugh, what's this, 2024? Give me a website that looks like 2002, bro, please.
This guy.
Everyone's saying it.
All right, services. So someone asked about sample pack. So honestly, we didn't build a sample pack page yet. We were considering doing this, but as you may or may not know, we work with a lot of sample pack companies. I don't think that this is the best way to host your sample packs
No.
if your audience is artists. And there are way better alternatives in terms of websites for sample pack selling. Definitely top of the list is Shopify, not because of the design or anything. It's just like it has way more integrations and proper e-commerce features that you would need for sample packs. However, we put it in here, so you can always link from here to your Shopify page, or if it becomes like a requested feature, then I'd be happy to build out a page for it as well. Now, to finish up, we got a contact page, of course, and below this we have frequently asked questions, already pre-filled in, but fully customizable. And this is actually the same section that also shows up. Oops, that was the exit intent. Yep, there's also an exit intent going on. There we go. Yeah, so this is frequently asked questions. And then we also added some bonus pages, some proper disclaimers. We added some privacy policies. We have some refund policies. Just, make sure that everything looks professional. All you have to do is go in, change it with your names, and definitely disclaiming here, we're not a legal firm, so definitely have this checked if you want to be sure. But this is always good to have on a website. It's something that's actually, I would say, pretty default standard for proper websites to have this in place. So that's the rundown and what we have for now. Ryan, back to you.
Yes, back to me. All right, buddy. Let it be back to me.
Whew.
All right, so been seeing a lot of questions in, so we're going to get more into it now.
Yeah, so let me pull up my notes again. So we went through this. All right, can you bring up the slides?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So we're going to get back to showing more of the producer template later, but first we actually want to give a little bit of backstory on why we actually created it like this. So the website looks cool and everything, but beyond the aesthetics and the cool looking designs, there's actually a bigger problem that we were trying to fix with this. And actually the real reason why we initially started creating this. And let's be real, I think the majority of you guys are here because you're also looking for ways to build a better business, make some more sales. Well, I consider that a good thing because that means that we're actually on the same page. You see, the reason that we made this producer website actually comes entirely from a marketing, business, and sales perspective. And how I've designed it is mostly based on my personal experience of over a decade selling beats online. I've always actually had my own custom website, very similar to this, just not as good looking. But what also inspired us to make this is our work with helping other producers who sell beats. So like I said, through our agency, we work with a ton of different producers, and we help them with email marketing, with just general operations, and anything business related. And a lot of unique insights were actually gathered there that inspired us to start building this. Now, I'm not going to share my entire 10-year story with you, but I do want to share some numbers and stats that actually will become very relevant later when I explain how we designed this website. So I just want to bring up 2021. So in this year, I made over $180,000 as a producer selling beats online. Now, this is not the flex. I actually want to break this down to some different types of stats. So basically, $24,000 of my revenue came from services. Then $65,000 came from exclusives and custom beats. And I'll admit, I had a really good year that year. So normally I wouldn't make that much money on exclusives. But yeah, this was a good year. And then another $8,000 came from TV placements and royalties. Now, just to say that not everything came directly from purchases in my beat store, okay? Just full transparency. But now let's talk about my beat store only. And let me pull up some metrics here. So 44% of my revenue in the beat store came from recurring customers, and the average order value, so the average amount that someone spent in a single purchase in my store, was $98 that year, which is actually extremely high. And it kind of makes sense because here's what some of the top 10 customers spent in that exact same year. Now, what you should also know is that my YouTube channel during that time had less than 30,000 subs. I had about 7,000 emails on my email list, and I only uploaded like 3 to 4 beats a month. Now, these numbers are the result of a decade of learning, optimizing, and growing my revenue year after year. Just to say that I didn't go from 0 to 100 overnight. It's not like I had a YouTube channel that blew up overnight, for example. It was all very slow, but steady growth for me. I went from starting with like $5,000 a year to 30,000, then 50,000, then 80,000. And then eventually I started hitting those 6-figure numbers. But when I started in my early years, I was very much focused on those one-off sales. I was like super hyped about every sales notification that I got. Later, I started understanding a little better what it actually takes to run an actual business in music. So I set up multiple revenue streams. I started networking to lock in those exclusive deals, and I started managing my client base to ensure that they kept coming back. I followed up with new customers, offering them mixing and mastering services, which is actually how I started growing that revenue stream. And the keyword here is engagement. Now, on the operational side, I hired an assistant, I automated certain processes, I had interns who helped me out exporting beats, uploading them, etc. Now, I'm a bit older than most of you guys probably, but in my early days, there was no BeatStars, no Airbit, no Soundy. I was like highly dependent on my own website. Also some other marketplaces, but I had to make use of the tools that I had available back then. Now, in my later years, like even today, this experience has definitely given me an edge, I'll admit that. But altogether, you could say that I was really actively building my online business. Now, here's actually the biggest problem that we see today when it comes to selling beats online. So my story is way less exciting than other stories that you would typically hear, where people woke up to a YouTube video that blew up, and ever since they started making a ton of money. Stories like these, they over the years completely changed the game. All of a sudden, producers were more focused on building a YouTube channel than an actual online business. But just to remind you, you are doing business on the internet, right? You make money online, which means you have an online business. Now, what's the greatest asset of an online business? That is your website. The crazy thing is, a lot of people today, they would argue with me. They'd be like, my YouTube is way more important than my website. Now, as a result of this, a lot of producers have actually made themselves overly dependent on external platforms. The main ones being YouTube and BeatStore marketplaces. Now, views, subscribers, plays in your BeatStore, these have like become the main indicators of success these days. And we'd actually guess that more than 80% of producers don't even have Google Analytics installed. So they don't even have the slightest idea if any of those efforts on YouTube are even bringing them traffic. So the problem here is that we don't really have any influence on these platforms. It is actually fully algorithm based, right? And even if the algorithm does favor us, then we don't have any control over what happens next. Keyword is control. The thing is, success on these external platforms, they're often temporary. YouTube growth, it can slow down, views can die out, and that popular video from 2018 will no longer be getting the same views as it did back then. And usually this is something that, again, a lot of people would argue with and be like, how can you say that? It's definitely a proven fact that with a big YouTube channel, you're bound to make a shit ton of money. That's what we see all around us all the time. And I know, right? This is like I said, these are the stories that we hear all around. And it sounds obviously way easier and exciting than, for example, me spending years and years to grow my business. Well, here are actually two things that I learned in the past years. First of all, it's impossible to analyze a business looking from the outside in. And also, not everything is what it seems, despite what people say. So, let me share something with you that we've actually never publicly shared before. In our Heat agency, we mostly work with top producers, those who make, I would say, at least $8,000 to $10,000 a month minimum. But often we also come in touch with producers who come from a place of making like $8,000 a month, but they are experiencing a decrease in sales, and they then come to us for help getting back up. Now, here's actually where things started to get very interesting. Last year, we consulted at least 8 producers. And I'm not going to mention their names, by the way, because you probably heard of some of them. Now, up until 2 years ago, they were killing it with selling beats online. One was making $18,000, one was making $9,000, $24,000, one was even making $31,000 a month. That's absolutely fucking insane numbers. However, when they reached out to us, they were down, hitting rock bottom. $18,000 turned into $1,900 a month, $9,000 to $1,400 a month, $24,000 to $2,500 a month, and the guy at $31,000 is now making $7,000 a month. And it's sad because some of these dudes, they even have to get back to working a regular job again. But it's just to say that these are stories that you typically wouldn't really hear about. But this is a classic example of what I just mentioned with that temporary YouTube success. Every single one of these guys, they got their breakthrough thanks to that one video that blew up and that kind of kickstarted their business pretty much overnight. Now, some of them actually only started selling beats a year earlier. Now, what they failed to do is taking advantage of the momentum, I would say. They only counted the short-term wins without having a greater, more sustainable vision in mind. Keyword here is sustainability. So what we typically do during our calls with these people is we try to find out how they operate their business. And for this, we kind of go off of some general questions like, did anything change in terms of the product? Nope, just as good as ever. How big is your audience? That's typically over 100,000 subs on YouTube and a ton of followers on BeatStars. In terms of new customers, we ask them, how do you acquire them? Most of the sales pretty much always come from YouTube and BeatStars Marketplace. Then what do you do in terms of marketing? Uploading beats on YouTube and BeatStars very consistently. That hasn't really changed. Now, in terms of sales, did you run any discounts sales recently? And they were like, yeah, I ran some bulk deals on my pro page, but that didn't really do much. And then we asked, what's your tech stack looking like? And what tools do you use? It's always the same: YouTube, BeatStars. Sometimes they use MailChimp too. And then we asked, have you tried out doing anything different recently? No, I have no idea what to do is usually the answer. So the problem here is that these producer success was overly dependent on temporary successes on YouTube and BeatStars. And frankly, this is all that they knew. And since they were able to pull it off once, they think that they can do it again. And sometimes, honestly, they will. But then what? It slows down again, and you have to start over again. I mean, that is not sustainable. Again, keyword here is sustainability. So it's always the exact same stories that we hear. And I bet for many of you guys, it's probably the exact same process. You upload beats to YouTube, you upload them to your beat store, other marketplaces, and you never, ever skip a day of uploading a new beat, right? Now, aside from this being very hard to sustain, just keeping up with it, especially if you struggle to see results, with the examples that I just gave you, we now also know that even if it would give you success, there is no guarantee for the future and that you'll be able to sustain that. And just to be clear, I actually have a lot of respect for the level of dedication when it comes to consistency. So Maybe some of you guys know that I've been working with Rujay since he had less than 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Today, he has over 1 million subs. And sorry, in the past 6 years, this dude has literally never ever missed a day of uploading a video. Like every day, he's uploading a video at the exact same time. But to get back to what I said earlier, looking from the outside in, you never really get the full scope of how he's running things. So from Rujay's perspective, he's all about consistent uploading, right? But in context, a lot of people actually don't even know that we have actually been managing his daily operations, his email marketing, his sales campaigns, his web design, and his email support for the past 6 years. So this is why I think that the most popular advice given in this industry of just stay consistent. Nice slide, Ryan. Love it. Anyway, this is like the absolute worst advice that you can get without getting the proper context. You see, with Rujay, there's a lot more to his business than him uploading a beat every day, believe me. Now, to me, staying consistent doesn't mean doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Yeah, there once was a man who had a little something to say about that. And I don't know about you, but I think he looks pretty smart. Anyway, all jokes aside, like if this is how you run your business today, you're running a very passive business model, uploading beats, waiting for something to happen. This is not a strategy, nor is this a healthy business model. And I wonder if anyone is willing to admit, let me know in the chat if this is actually how you are running your business right now. Just uploading beats, waiting for something to happen equals that passive business model. Let me take a sip of water.
Yeah. Let's see what people are saying. My boy Albert was goated. Facts. Yar said totally me. Appreciate the response a bit. I used to just stay consistent and nothing else. Yes, I don't know what to do instead. Oh my God.
Okay.
You are gonna, it's like we read your mind. Right?
Right. So yeah, you may wonder, like, then what? It's easy. Dude, it's I haven't seen
it's like we do this. It's like we help producers for a living. It's great.
Right. Okay, so what can you do then to reach whatever your goals is when it comes to selling beats online? So this is actually part of the final part of my presentation, and then I'm gonna bring it back on with producer and the template. But you see, let's put it like this: if passively waiting around for something to happen isn't working, then what else could you do to actively build your business, right? So this is how we make a difference between an active versus a passive business model. And just to be clear, this has nothing to do with making passive income. So just think of any business that you've recently dealt with. It doesn't matter what kind of business. It could be the grocery store around the corner. They probably have a product department, a customer department, a support department, a marketing, a sales department, and a tech department. Now, let's just look from a business perspective what these departments typically do. The product department oversees the quality of the products, managing the relationships with clients is for the customer department. Support department handles questions from potential or existing customers, and the marketing and sales department handles all promotions and sales campaigns. And a tech department comes up with like innovative ideas and ensures that all systems are running and operational. Now, from a business to consumer perspective, this all ties in with simple user and customer experience. Keyword is here, user experience. Now, in every single department, their job is to be of service to people. In terms of product, you want to make sure that your products are good enough that people love it. Customer department, you want to make sure that your customers feel appreciated. And if you do a good job on support and with that, then like on the fence people, you can get them actually to end up buying. And marketing and sales come up with good enough offers that people really can't say no to. And in terms of the tech department, if you have everything run smooth, looks smooth, and with that, then you immediately enhance the user experience and you increase the perceived value of your products and services. Keyword here, perceived value. Now, if I bring this all back to selling beats, I'm not saying that you should put together a team of sales reps and support reps. Really, the only thing here that you have to do is sort of change your mindset. And even if it's just for the next 5 minutes, humor me. Remember how we talked about being overly dependent on external platforms and how we seem to measure our success these days purely on counting the numbers of plays, views, or subscribers on our YouTube channel. Let's, instead of counting the plays, views, and subscribers, what if we reverse that approach and we shift our mindset to making the plays, views, and subscribers count? Now, for anyone who knows me and maybe took one of my courses in the past 6 years, you might remember this phrase: don't count the traffic, but make the traffic count. This actually comes from an optimization point of view, making the most out of every single visitor, regardless of that, whether that's like 10 people, 100 people, or 1,000 people. So remember my backstory. This is how I had to build my business back in the day. But even today, I actually take the exact same approach. In fact, I built an entire company around it. So our agency, for example, where I've been drawing a lot of data from, which has given us insights, these people, they spend thousands of dollars on getting our help. But the crazy thing is that they're not paying for us helping them with generating traffic. They actually come to us to help getting more out of the audience that they've already built. And with that, like utilizing that to the fullest. And like I said, they want to make their traffic count. So our entire producer website is actually based on the exact same principle. So let me give you a quick recap so far because I've been talking a lot. Ryan, you have to give me a break in a minute.
You've been yapping, dude. Oh my God. Does this guy ever shut up?
Yeah. I'm almost done here. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
just a quick recap. I talked a bit about my business, how I scaled it. I expanded to different income streams, like having that customer return rate of 40% and optimizing my approach to basically have clients spend 3 times more money than the average producer. Then we also talked about how producers are now overly dependent on external platforms like YouTube and Beats marketplaces. That passive business model where you just upload beats and you wait for something to happen, right? Which, based on the stories that I shared, apparently isn't a sustainable strategy. And finally, we talked about the difference between a passive and active business model, whereas we should be way more focused on the different aspects of our online business, like any real business would do. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that I did it all right or that I am better than others. I'll absolutely be the first to admit that I actually wish that I had a little more of that dedication to stay consistent to uploading more beats and just being way more active on the YouTube side of things. In fact, I think that if you bring that all together, like a mixture of both approaches, that would probably be like the golden formula. Which brings me to my next point. So throughout the past few minutes, I put out like some random keywords, right? And maybe some of you would notice, but I mentioned one, engagement, control, sustainability, user experience, and perceived value. Now, the reason why we started making this producer website has nothing to do with how it looks. That's just the icing on the cake. We actually, well, later on,
It
yes,
has
but
to look cool, but you're gonna see like, oh shit. It's gonna be like the Matrix, where
true.
like we open your eye, you're like, oh shit. Yeah.
No,
All right.
but you have to be
Go
honest.
ahead.
Like the initial goal that we set for this project was to help producers build a better foundation, right? Just
Yeah.
based on the general principles of running that online business. So what I want to do is I want to run through the exact same website again, but now I'll show you the website more from a marketing and sales perspective and kind of keep in mind that shift in mindset of making the numbers count. So get ready to see this from an entirely new perspective now. So first of all, in general, the website is like ultra fast, which enhances the user experience. It's built on Framer technology. I'm going to talk more about this later, but it ties in with control and sustainability. And then being able to customize it to your liking gives you control. It looks amazing. Yes, Ryan, lots of moving animations. And that kind of enhances the perceived value to visitors, that premium feel that you give to it. And also being able to properly offer additional services like I just ran you through, this sets you up for a way more sustainable business model. Remember, this made up for a good amount of my revenue too. And it's actually the exact same thing for a lot of bigger producers. It's never just selling beat licenses. And also the ability to showcase brands and just the different artists that you work with, this builds trust. And with this, you kind of enhance the perceived value as well. Now, just on the homepage alone, for example, there are like 5 call to actions, which ties in with keyword engagement. And being able to properly display the bulk deals like this, all the little tooltips and just all the extra little bits that we added to the website, this kind of like enhances the user experience as well. Now, something that we haven't really talked about too much yet, but we also build in lead magnets, all those exit intents. We build up pop-ins. This kind of helps you collect emails, right? And if you have an email list, then that directly gives you something that you own and control, which is good for engagement with your audience, but also good for sustainability, because then you're becoming less dependent on just getting more YouTube views, for example. You have your way of reaching out to people yourself now. And also, then just to finish up, we got banners, we got timers and everything. And this kind of gives you control that you would never get anywhere else in terms of the B stores that we researched. And then the testimonials, always good to have testimonials. It instantly adds social proof to your brand, and thus with that also builds trust and increases that perceived value. And then finally, we'll also have those pre-written FAQ sections, which kind of enhance the user experience in a way as well. Just being of service to people, knowing that these are probably questions that they're going to have. Now, to make this entire thing even better, again, coming from a sales and marketing perspective, we even decided to do all the copywriting for it. So by default, the entire website already comes with over 18,000 words written. All the pages are actually also optimized for SEO and readability. And we put like strategic keywords across the entire website. And these will be relevant keywords to buying beats or whatever. Now, as you can see, our goal with this template is more so to provide producers with a better foundation of their business, where we hopefully try to show you guys that, this is a better way of building the basics and that foundation of your business. This is something that you could build upon, and that's way more sustainable in the long term, because this is actually where we noticed a gap. Like even the most successful producers, they often settle for generic websites that bury their unique stories and achievements. So we wanted producers to have a website that like truly represents their unique brands, one that looks and feels premium, but it's also fully optimized to get the most out of the traffic that it receives. So hopefully you now see that, the work that we put into this and how we put this together, this isn't just some website template that only looks good. It is fully optimized from a marketing and sales perspective.
I actually want to chime in on that, Robin. So I'm showing the screen right now. You can take a breather, dude. So right, the context of everything too is that we work with a lot of guys who sell kits. And so when we launch a sales campaign, right, we're utilizing all the different things like the email list, the social media, everything like that. But on the website too, we're utilizing everything in terms of we're changing the hero, the top part of the homepage. We're putting in the timers, we're putting in the banners. We're doing all this stuff. We build out these pages. And then when it comes to literally like the guys who we help with selling beats, it's like, hey man, just like change that little part on your pro page and put like summer sale is live. Yeah, that's all you can do. And so I told Robin, I was like, dude, like, here's a list of everything that we do when we help guys sell kits. Make that possible for selling beats, and it's literally a no-brainer. And also what he said too, with we hop on calls with people, and they're like, yeah, man, I have a bad bunny placement. It's like, wait, what? It's like your pro page is just this black one on the left side. It's like, I would have never known that. And like now I sit up a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's like actually pretty friggin' legit. And that happens with so many people. They have literally platinum records, and it's like, yeah, I just have this like red pro page. Yeah. It's like people on YouTube don't know that. And so it's just like, there's no, like all these producers are worried about AI because, it's like, there's no originality, but also it's like the same thing for like building your actual business. It's like, what are you going to do? Even if you don't have placements, what about you can stand out and make you into an actual person that people can trust? The website is literally one of those things. For us, literally example, when Robin built our new website and we put the people who we work with, people started messaging us like, oh, I didn't know you guys were legit like that. And I was pissed because I was like, we've been doing this for like almost a year now. And they're like, oh, we just never know. Because people don't know what you know yourself and shit like that. And okay, I'm done rambling. I'm ruined. I'm done rambling.
Thank you for giving me a proper breather.
Back to you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, man. So obviously when Ryan pitched the idea and we started working and kind of drafting it out, then we had some challenges that we were facing. And the first one was, how are we going to convince producers that they're going to need something like this? So this is why we took a lot of time to kind of like give you some backstory on and giving you those examples. Because as a business, like from our perspective, like the biggest mistake that you can make is trying to sell a solution to a problem that people don't even realize that they have, right? Which is why we actually made this website look fucking amazing, because it was kind of a good way to draw you guys in. And I bet most of you guys were drawn in just by the visuals of it that we shared. Well, we tricked you there because that was definitely a strategic move. But it kind of did allow us to now have you here and kind of like share some of these insights with you. And another thing that we were challenged with is how are we going to teach producers web design? Of course, on teaching you how to design this website from scratch, I seriously doubt that any of you would sign up for it, which is why literally every element on this website is actually turned into a almost like a drag and drop element. Then also copywriting. So writing engaging sales copy or like SEO optimized copy requires at least a few years of experience. This is literally what Ryan does the entire day with writing emails, right? And this is not something that we could pack into a course. So we just decided, fuck it, we're just going to do all the copywriting for you. And you can change it up, obviously, and we hope that people will change it up. But now you already get some idea of what kind of words you could use within the copy. And this is something that we have. I mean, it wasn't really easy for you guys to kind of like read through everything. You were probably just looking at the designs, but once you start reading through it, then you'll notice that it's actually optimized for sales as well. So another thing is, how are we going to convince people to move away from their current website? I mean, if you could call it a website in the first place, right? Well, this is why we hopefully found a way to make it 10 times better than what you have right now and have it also integrate seamlessly with whatever BeatStore you're using. So like I said, you don't have to switch away from anything or change up BeatStores at all. And then finally, obviously, there are some additional costs involved in hosting your website. So from my perspective, and I argued this, from my perspective, I've always kind of considered this a primary cost of business, right? Your website is, in my opinion, your greatest asset. So it should cost you some money. But still, given the optimization that we've done, we were convinced that just with the tools and the extra features that we included, this will make you at least sell, I don't know, 1 or 2 more beats a month, which would absolutely easily cover for the expenses. Now, what it came down to is that we wanted to like completely take away any obstacle that would hold you back from switching to this producer website, but also while making it easy to use and even easier to set up and install. So next up, I actually want to go in. I want to show you how it actually works from the inside and how you can build your own website using the producer template. So sharing my screen again.
Yep, you're going back. I saw a lot of people asking like if I can customize it. Ryan is the copywriting goat. Thank you, Control. Look at that, man. Hell yeah. Compliment about me. Yeah. People are asking questions like, hey, can you customize this? Like, okay, like on the other website builders, like I can move a section around. Customization, bro. Yeah, not really. So
yeah, all that possible. I'm gonna show. I was just loading it up. I needed to get my notes. So share screen window. There we go. Sure.
There we go.
All right.
We can see you.
So let me pull up like a blank default template. This is actually what you see when you first get the template. And this is built in software called Framer. And Framer is actually professional web design software that is typically used by more advanced web designers. However, the power of Framer actually lies within its workflow, its ease of use, and it has this entire like visual editor that makes it super easy for you to make changes. And also, as the creator, I was able to pretty much template out everything and make certain components. I'll show you that in a second. But what it basically comes down to is that you only have to do like styling changes, and if you want to change out sections or if you want to like remove parts, then 100 you can do that. Like anything you want, you can actually customize. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, I mentioned this already, you can customize anything. Then yeah, the software, I'm using the desktop version right now, but you also have a browser version for this. And if there are any tech guys in here from more tech perspective, this uses advanced technology to make the website extremely fast. So all those animations that you just saw, you wouldn't typically get that properly running on a WordPress website.
It'd be so freaking slow, dude.
Exactly.
I
So
remember, this is a quick story. I just want to give a quick story. Robin built a sales page one time for one of the courses that we have, right, in WordPress, and he made it look really cool. And I couldn't connect to it because I was in Starbucks. I was like, dude, I'm timing out in Starbucks. And then he removed all the animations, and I was like, oh, it loads fine. And he's like,
Yeah.
dude, fucking WordPress. I hate WordPress. So that's like a really big thing. Is I never understood like how important it was, like the animation side of thing, or how much it slows it down. But dude, this thing on Framer loads so freaking fast.
yeah, for sure. All right, yeah. So another thing I wanted to mention about this software is that it is actually 100% free to use in terms of the builder. So that means that you can design entire websites on this without having to pay a single dollar. Now, if anyone is familiar with like WordPress and Elementor, you instantly get built, and that's when you get access to the builder and everything. In this case, nothing. You can just build it out entirely, use all the features in here. Of course, there are some site setting features that are disabled until you actually pay, but the majority of it, just the design aspect, totally free. And also what they do is they give you like your unique, they call it like a framer domain. So this is an actual live domain. If I click on this, this will open up my browser. And with this, you can actually showcase your entire website in the actual browser. It's like a fully functioning website. And you can send that link over to like other people just to check it out. You can send it to us for feedback or whatever. So that's a very useful feature as well. Now, a lot of people always have questions about these 4 different, they're actually called breakpoints. So these are 4 different versions of your website. And basically what Framer does is the first one is the desktop version. The second one is a smaller desktop. We got a tablet, and then we got a phone mobile version. And this is why I love Framer. It's like one main visual editor, one canvas where you can instantly see how your website looks on different devices. Especially in our business, a lot of people actually browse the mobile store, right? So you need to be able to have a properly optimized mobile version of your website. And with this, everything works the exact same, and it's already fully mobile optimized by us as well. So what else am I missing? So yeah, breakpoints. Okay, cool. So now I actually want to start building a website. Not entirely, but I'm going to start building it from scratch based on the template. And then I can show you a little bit about how stuff works. So we actually said that we were going to pick a winner for a free producer website. And I wanted to do that live. And then I was like, it's going to take way too much time because we need to gather some information. So we just picked someone. And the lucky winner is actually 808 Dave. Let me pull up. I got some.
Dave, where you at? Dave, you better be in here.
I don't even know if
I
he's
swear
in
to
here,
God, bro. If Dave's not in here, we messaged him on Instagram. He said, yeah, bro, I'll be there. I saw him. He left early on. Son of a bitch, Dave. He better have a good excuse.
Right. Anyway, so we got Dave's stuff loaded up here, right? And I just made a screenshot of his current website. And I love the fact, actually, that he's already trying some ways to kind of like build some e-commerce features in it with like displaying his offers. But he like very creatively just put this in his banner upload, I think, because this isn't a feature on BeatStars. And I just got like some screenshots to capture the vibe of his YouTube as well. And I pulled in some data. So what I want to do is I want to start off just doing some of the basic settings and show you how it actually works. So I'm going to start off with his logo, for example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Not sure if this, yeah. I'm going to go to assets here. And this is, by the way, all explained in videos when you sign up for it. I built an entire course for it. But here we have a logo. And what I can do is I can replace this, not with that one. Let me zoom out because my screen, yeah. I can load up a new logo for him. Let me just do that. So we got that out of the way. Here's his logo, pulled it from his BeatStars, and now it looks like this. It's not really properly aligned right now. So I'm going to make some quick adjustments here. There we go. Then this is the white version. Then I'm going to upload the same one for this. And what's cool is that I can just upload this one. It's the exact same, but I need a black one. And normally I would go into like Photoshop, sorry, and then I would make some changes. But here I can just go to styling, and I can actually instantly invert this to a black version of it. So super handy. Now I can do some more stuff here, but just to keep things sweet and short, I'll leave it like this. Now I got his logo loaded in,
Is
and
Lodo? You've been talking for
logo loaded
way too
in.
long, man.
And if I want to have like this, he has like a square type of logo. His padding isn't that great, but we just have to deal with it. I can make adjustments here, obviously, to just make it better and maybe make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Anyway, you can do all those customizations, obviously, across the entire page. And now we have his logo. God damn it. Logo loaded up across the entire website.
Can I get some Lodos in the chat, please, while he continues on? Can I please get some Lodos in the chat?
Well, I'm trying to not make this too long for people, man. I just want to make it concise.
Show me the colors. He has purple, website has blue. Do I have to go? Do I have to change every freaking color?
No, this is basically everything is built out in assets and in components. So right now, the accent color on this website is this one. It's blue. Now I can instantly, this is why I load up the image. I can use the drop, and then I'll just pick this, boom. And if I zoom out, boom, all the elements are now based on his accent color already. And this actually applies to the entire website. Now, when it comes to different fonts, obviously there are a ton of fonts that you can choose from. This also works from the actual text styling here. So you can choose to change this up and have like a ton of different fonts in here to choose from, but you can also have your custom font. I actually loaded one up. This is Troy's favorite font, no facts. And let me add this here, and let me also add this, for example, to.
So essentially, what you're doing is it's basically a brand style guide of where how the website. Okay, so to give you guys the context of while Robin is changing out things here, it's basically where, as a producer, as a business, you should have a brand kit. What that means is you should have a logo that you use for stuff. You should have fonts. You should have colors. Now, a lot of you might be like, "Oh shit, what?" Because you're using the default website builder and you just chose black theme or white theme. Literally, there's guys in the agency that we worked with where it's like, "Hey, we need your brand assets." They're like, "Cool, I have a photo of me. I used my profile picture. What else do you need?" And it was like, colors, fonts. So essentially, it's built around like you just plug and play. You might need to make a brand kit, which is you just a font and colors and a logo.
Basically, this builds the brand kit for you. This is why we kind of like color coded everything, so you don't have to go in and make those color changes to single elements. This way you instantly get that consistency across the entire website using those colors. But you can go in and you just change it up, whatever. Obviously that is an option too, but this is just to get a good starting point with some sort of brand consistency as well.
Hey, so what if I want to change my headline? I don't like the high quality beats for independent artists.
Yeah, you just change it. Double click and I'm gonna say 808 Dave at your service.
All right.
Yeah, but okay, let's talk about this part because I want to show something here. So a cool feature here is that, by the way, don't get scared about all the information on the left side. This is actually super simple. I can explain this. Basically, what we've done is everything that has this little emoji, this kind of indicates that this is where you can change the background. And if you open that up, then there's always an overlay. And let me show you how that works. Let's say I want to change up this background, for example. This is actually really convenient. Framer has an integration with the Unsplash API. So I can just look for any like royalty-free images and pick whatever fits his brand. Let's see if I can.
Better pick a good one, man. There's a lot of people watching you right now. Choose an image. You better not let them down.
What we're looking for, actually. So he's got, this is the vibe that he has there, right? Let's go for this one. This kind of matches the vibe. So now we instantly, let me just give you the example. So it instantly loads it up from the Unsplash API. And now you can do this for every section on a website. And what I can do now is I can go in and I can be like, okay, I want the background to shine through more or less. And I can mess around with opacity layers like this, which is super useful. You'll start to notice when you start designing. This is something that's really used a lot in web design. But the cool thing is, aside from just a normal opacity layer, I can also change up the colors. But I can also say, you know what, if you want that like film-like vibe to it, then I'll just take this color, and instead of like a normal opacity layer, I'll just take like a gradient type layer, fade all the way to black. So now, I mean, for now, this is good, right? Ryan, do you approve?
I approve it. I'm trying to think of just some other. So while you're changing this on your debt, well, first off, let's go over. There's a lot happening here, but that's why I also told Rob. Okay, so to give you guys the long story short about this, we were first going to build this on WordPress, and then Robin essentially started doing a lot of stuff in Framer for people in the agency, and we were like, okay, this looks 1,000 times just better than like using Elementor instead. And we were like, okay, let's do it on Framer. And I was very hesitant because I was like, okay, like people understand, like there's a lot of people in here who use WordPress. And so it's like, okay, you're familiar with that. So I'm like, that's like, it's good if you're trying to sell a product, of course, if people are familiar with it. And so I was like, dude, people probably have no idea what Framer is because this is like some like seasoned web design shit. And so I told him, we'll do it, but you need to make a whole course on literally building a new producer, a website completely from scratch on how to do everything. So I need the info like a toddler, please. There we go. That's exactly what we did. I thought about you pretty much when I told Robin to build this. I was like, you can build it as a template, but if people don't know how the fuck to use it, it's worthless. I was looking out for you guys.
Let me show you something else. So I also noticed like he was trying this out, right? This is how he tried to display his deals. So what we can do here is there's two versions. You either have this brand ticker, which you can use to showcase the brands that you work with, or I can disable this. Now it's gone. And let me just bring in a better one that kind of fits with what he was doing on the page. And now I'm going to say visible. Boom. Now we got a ticker in here that it has a motion element to it. I'll show you that in a second. Let me just load up the text that he had. It may not be looking that pretty, but it's literally, you click on it. There's a text section on the right side. You copy it in, and there you go. When I go live, now he has this on the website. Now this will probably get way more attention than trying to put it in a banner that's probably not mobile optimized either.
Right away, that catches your, like, how can you miss that?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then you also have these parts obviously as well. And also here, I can show you guys right away. It's literally, you either have a bulk deal or you have a coupon, and you just switch it out like that. It's just a toggle, bulk deal, coupon, and then you can switch up the settings obviously for whatever you got going on. So let's say it has a coupon going on. I'll leave this on. Then in terms of the Beat Store, right? This is where we got a lot of questions from. So I couldn't get his Beat Store because then I need access to his BeatStars account. So I wasn't able to get that, but I think Troy hooked me up with a code.
Come on, Troy. Come on, Troy. Troy, where are we at? He's not at his computer right now either.
Oh, wait, I got it. Oh, my
God.
Oh, it was hidden. Yeah, I just
got him. We got him. He's frantically running back. I can see him.
I got it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Okay. I told Troy, make me an embed player on BeatStars and use these color codings. So what you do is you make that in BeatStars. It's just you can just customize the player however you want. Then you copy this code that you get from them, and all you do is you click on this. Yep, this square, and then on the right side you just load it in, hit enter, and there we go. We have our Beat Store installed, and that's actually how easy it is. And that's also what we want to do because the amount of questions that we got about this. So yeah, this is kind of like starting
scratching
off
the surface.
Yeah, very much scratching the surface. There's more I can show you obviously, but I don't want to make this too long. So just to preview the website right now, just changing up some of the fonts and the colors, it already gets a different vibe in terms of the styling. And obviously there's also possibilities to like switch out sections or just move things around. I think you said there were questions about that too, so you can do that too. Obviously that's more advanced customization. I'm not going to go into that right now, but yeah, this is now how the entire website looks across every page, even the custom beats page. There we go. So yeah, this is kind of like a quick run through the Framer software as well as designing from scratch. Stop sharing.
All right. So I got one question for you guys, and that is, what are your thoughts so far?
I hope I didn't scare them now.
When is this available? First question. When is this available? We'll get there. good first question to have. To give you context, though, we have 40 questions start up for the Q&A later.
That's fine.
Um,
I'll be around.
so yeah, I'll be around too. And
If I
G
can
said
get 2
hype
minutes
for
to get
this.
some coffee, then I'll be here for the
I need
entire night.
this. Ah, boy, can't wait for it. Hell yeah, fire!
Nice.
Look at that, man. Hey, you did a good job with this.
All right. Continue
Casey.
the final couple of slides that we got.
Yeah. So, like, you want to continue?
Yeah, I'll pick it
Where
up
you are,
from
though?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. We covered design a little bit. Yeah. So, some final concerns that people were sharing with us in the past week. So obviously we've been keeping close attention to comments and people just responding to our emails and just making notes of all the questions and concerns that people have. So I just want to go over that. One of the things is like, how easy is it to switch from your current website to this, right? Now, it doesn't matter if you're on a BeatStars Pro page, a Soundy, WordPress, or Wix, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you want to move to this site, all you have to do is you build it out following my instructions. And then afterwards, you go into your domain service and you redirect your domain to the Framer site. And if you don't have a custom domain yet, you have to get that first, obviously. But that's always super simple process. But just in case, I already got some videos planned that I want to record for that, just to give you guys some guidance. And then the most important question for a lot of people, I would say, how much is this going to cost to keep things running? So let me just break down the entire process, especially if there are people that have no idea about how it works with websites. I'm going to give a simple explanation. In order to have a website, you need 3 things. You need hosting, you need a builder, and you need a domain name. And kind of an easy way to look at it is, let's say that we're building a skyscraper. First, we need a foundation where we can build it on. This is our hosting. Then we need the tools and resources to build it, which is our builder. And last but not least, we need to give it a cool name, and that's our domain name. So those are the 3 things that you need. And in many cases with other solutions for websites, you usually pay for all 3 separately. But here, that's actually not the case. Framer makes this super easy because they take care of both the hosting and that builder. And a builder, like I said, is actually 100% free. So you can spend as much time just messing around with the template and designing it until you're completely satisfied. And then when you're ready to deploy, only then you have to sign up for a paid subscription. For this, you need a hosting plan. And unless you're getting more than 10,000 visitors to your website a month, you're good with just a basic plan, which is going to cost you $20 a month. And then finally, your domain that you need that can be purchased elsewhere. We actually recommend name.com. This is not going to break the bank. It's an average of $12 per year. So to give you the full rundown, all included on a monthly basis, this is not going to cost you more than just $21 a month.
And I just want to add in here, I get made fun of because I buy a Starbucks coffee every day. And so Robin goes, bro, that's like 4 coffees. Just don't drink 4 coffees per month and you can afford your website. Like, all right, dude.
That was a joke, bro.
Yeah. We're not joking, though. It is only $21 to run it.
Gotcha. Okay. So now I want to talk a little bit about how this all works and how you can get things set up. So earlier this week, we actually gave the producers in our leaders community early access to Producer. And I recorded an entire video course going over every single step. And so far, the people who work with it, they enjoyed the process. They found it pretty easy to follow along, and they actually didn't have any issues with the software. So this was great to hear, especially for me, because some of them did have some objections and concerns before jumping in. And this is something that we had already anticipated before we started working with this. Maybe you guys remember that we sent out some emails, kind of like surveying you guys, trying to get more information. And we learned that a lot of people have their concerns. And one of the concerns is that they don't understand why it's better. A lot of people don't understand why this is better. Now, hopefully, with this presentation, you now understand that, how it's better, and I don't really have to address this again. Then concern number 2 is it is too difficult to set up. Very valid. In many situations, this is true, especially if you have some previous experience in WordPress, Wix, or Squarespace. Just aside from the whole technical setup, the limitations that you have there in terms of design, that usually makes it hard to achieve the desired results, and that's where it gets difficult to set up. Now, luckily for us, that's not the case. Like I said last week, we shared this with our private leaders community, and everyone said it was super easy and a simple process. You really don't need any previous web design or coding skills at all. Then concern number 3 is it's very high maintenance. Now, the producer website is literally a set and forget model. You build it once and you don't have to go back doing updates or anything. Unless you want to do that, obviously you can just change up whenever. But just to reference WordPress again, because I think this is where that's coming from. This is the exact reason why I stopped working in WordPress, because there's always another plugin to update. And there's always another security issue going on. With this, you don't have to worry about any of that. And then concern number 4 is it's too expensive. I would say this is very valid. When it comes to a custom website, depending on what you want, it can indeed become very expensive. And no joke, this producer website, it took me at least 60 hours to build. And in order to make it easy to use for you guys, I actually spent an additional 60 hours to turn it into an easy to use template. Now, just to say that a lot of hours can be spent on web design. This is why it's typically that expensive. Now, what is funny though, and I did want to highlight this, is we asked you guys in the survey like how much you were willing to pay for a custom website, and the average amount based on all the answers that we gathered was $205. So based on my 120 hours that I put into this template, we calculated that would come down to $1.70 per hour for me. Now, maybe they misunderstood the question. It's all fine. But if you can find any web designer willing to build a simple but professional website for $200, then consider yourself very lucky, because most modern websites, they will at least cost you $2,000 for a very basic website with like less than 3 pages. And this can easily go up to like past $10,000. And even with just searching like freelance websites for experienced web designers, you're going to see a rate of typically at least $60 to $90 per hour. So
could you imagine you guys just go on Upwork after this and you just see Robin Wesley $1.70 per hour?
Fuck you, bro.
I'm gonna make a fake listing for you.
Dude, this guy. Anyway, just to recap on these final concerns in terms of how this is different or better than anything else out there. I hope I've made my point with that. You also don't have to worry about any difficulties setting this up. The process is super straightforward. Plus, I'll be helping you out with every step of the way. And in terms of high maintenance, there is nothing to worry here. It is pretty much a set and forget system. And when it comes to it being too expensive, well, I guess that's what we're gonna go. What we're gonna go over next. But yeah,
can I interject here? It's definitely not gonna be $200. I'll say that.
Also, what we can already say, we're gonna head into this part, but I just need a sip of water before I'm gonna do the sales pitch. I hate doing sales pitches, Ryan. You should have been doing this.
Why not?
Just
Why
kidding.
me, man? No, because I'm like, people like me more, and so I don't want to get my status in heat decline more.
Right.
You know.
Anyway, what we can say is that we thought about it, but this is not going to be a subscription model, right? We're only going to sell this as a one-off, so it's just going to be like a one-time investment for people. No ongoing recurring subscriptions on the template. All right. Now, let's hop into the special launch edition bonuses. So of course, we've come up with a special offer for you guys, especially since this is the very first launch edition of Producer. And as promised, we're also adding some exclusive launch edition bonuses to this.
Is anyone here for? Did we mention the bonuses? I think we did. Hey,
Really?
if you didn't, if you're like, oh, the website's so cool, get blown away. We didn't even get started yet.
See, you should be doing this, bro. Anyway, so the first bonus that we wrote down is everyone who signs up this week is also going to get 12 months of free updates and add-ons for Producer. So let me explain. This is just the beginning, right? And we actually are already working on some additional add-ons on the roadmap for the template. For example, we're going to be building out a special offer pages. We're working on an Instagram integration right now, lead generation, landing pages, and more. This is easily worth an extra $200. Now, Also, what I mentioned already, bonus number 2, free blog articles. So we've also added 4 fully written, long-form SEO optimized blog posts to website. And these incredibly informative guides, they are designed to educate your potential customers on the concept of beat licensing. It's a great value add for your visitors. Again, user experience and stuff like that. But it also helps convince people to consider buying higher license tiers. This was one of the main strategies that I applied and how I was able to get my average order value up to like close to $100. So the value of this is an extra $97. Then bonus number 3, we're also going to give people free access to our CCS 2.0 course. Currently, it's priced at $247. Now, this is actually still one of our most popular courses on sending beats, which was mostly based, I would say, on my own personal business model. And it actually ties in perfect because I've always had my own custom beats website. So especially if you're in the early stages or are struggling to get things going, this will be of great value to you. So the value for this is $247. Then we're also adding 0 to sync.
Wait, can I stop you for a second? Can I?
Right at this moment? What?
This is awesome, dude. We got so much stuff packed in here. We got so, and also for anyone who's like, oh, they just attach random numbers to these. This is the price we sell it for on the website. Some people do, some fake marketing dudes do, but it's really on the website. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead.
It is. You can go check it out.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So 0 to sync is also going to be part of this. This is our premium course on how to get your music placed in TV shows. We launched this last year together with Nathan. Shout out to Nathan. And he's been helping a ton of producers get into sync licensing. This is a great way to start branching out to build additional revenue streams. Now, 0 to sync is currently priced at $480. $418. Go check it out. It's on the
website. Check it out. Don't leave the YouTube live stream. Do that later.
Next
on the website.
Next up, though. Oh, you're too early. I wanted to make a cool announcement for this because this is the best.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on, wait. We'll do it again.
I wrote down in my notes that I have to say, like, hype this shit up, but
oh, I didn't see that.
It's
Just
okay.
do it again. It didn't happen.
You're gonna love this, guys. Okay, listen up. We got bonus number 5, and this one is extra super special. We're gonna give out all our email marketing courses and templates. Last year, we actually put together a ton of mini courses and templates designed to help producers get started with email marketing. And these will help you get your entire email marketing system set up with BeatStars or Soundy. And especially now, combined with the new producer website, this will actually become extremely valuable because what's also part of our email marketing packages are entire sales campaigns that you can copy and paste, like Black Friday. We just did an Easter sale template, for example. Now we're also going to tie this in with the producer website, so you're not just getting an email template.
You guys see what's going on? You get the email template. It's like, hey, here's how I run a Black Friday sequence. And then I see our boy Kavi's in the chat, right? So what I was saying earlier is Kavi hits me up. He's like, bro, I swear to God, there's not a sale this week. I'm going to fire you guys. I'm like, dude, relax. I'll get it. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. My bad. And when I write the emails, then I go to the website. And it's like, we need banners, we need timers. You should know immediately on his website, like it should be hard for you to miss that there is a sale going on. And so the reason why we add all these bonuses is because like the website is that core asset of your business. And now you're getting even more to build off of it and make the most out of that traffic you get.
Not to drift off, but this is actually what we discussed, right? We people know us for email marketing stuff, but we needed to go back to the basics. Like you need to have your website initially first.
Yeah.
You get started with email marketing, and we were kind of taking in a reverse approach. So that's why we're like, we need to give people a better foundation first, and then everything will work better for everyone. Anyway, let's move on. Bonus number 6. While we were at it, we were like,
skipped
with all these bonuses, fuck it. Let's just give everyone that signs up for the launch edition a 1-year Leaders Plus Pass, which is currently priced at $365 a year. Leaders is our latest product. It is our amazing community of music producers that host all of our most valuable resources, courses, workshops, masterclasses, templates, and more. And it's a great place to connect with other like-minded producers, get help and support whenever you need it. And on top of that, we host weekly live events. You get expert help and mentorship from myself, from Ryan, and the rest of the team. So for anyone literally that's serious about turning their passion for music into a full-time career, then this is definitely the place that you want to be at. So based on the regular membership price, that's another $365 worth of value. Also, I want to emphasize here, people in leaders actually got free access to producers. And this is why you definitely want to be part of this community, because this is where we roll out everything first. You're going to get early access, and 9 out of 10 times you're going to get or a way better deal, or you're going to get it for free. So leaders, super valuable. So just to recap, along with the producer website, you're also going to get those 12 months of free updates and add-ons for producer, 4 fully optimized blog articles.
You've been talking way too long.
Thank you. Free access to our CCS course, free access to Zero to Sync, all of our email marketing courses and templates, and 1 year free access to our leaders community. So in total, you're looking at over $1,694 worth of bonuses. And like I said, these aren't some made up numbers. Go check the website. This is based on the current prices. So you can get all these bonuses for a special producer launch edition price. And for this, we actually have 2 options. One, we can build the entire producer website for you for a one-time fee of $997. This is a done-for-you service, by the way. Or you can just get the template and build your own website exactly how I presented it today for a one-time investment of $447, or 2 payments of $267. These are 2 monthly installments. Now, before you go and buy, because we want to do something special for people that are still in here. We appreciate you guys for showing up and just hanging around. Just for today and exclusively for people in this live stream, you can also get an extra $50 discount with code PRODLIFE at the checkout. This extra discount will only apply to the one-off purchases, so not on the payment plan. And this coupon will be valid till midnight EST, and this will bring the price down from $447 to $397. Or if you want to hire us to do it for you, then it'll bring it down to $947. So if you're ready to get this deal, we already shared a link in the chat that will take you to the sales page. You can read more about Producer up there as well, or you can instantly scroll down to the pricing section, proceed to checkout. And if you do that, the coupon should be automatically applied already as long as you click the link in here. So after tonight, that extra $50 discount will be gone, but you can still get it for the launch price until next Sunday, May 26th at 11:59 midnight EST. Now, I also want to mention that there also will be limited copies available for the done for you services. I know we're the marketing guys, but this is not an urgency tactic. Obviously, doing this done for you is going to have an impact on our workload. So this is more a way for us to kind of like manage our own workload based on the resources and time that we have available. And also, just to add, if you are interested in that done for you services, if you purchase this package, we will follow up with you with a form that we need you to fill out. This is just to get all your information about your business. And then within 10 days, we have the entire website ready for you. And this will be based on a first come, first serve. So again, if you're ready to get the producer website, it's now available. Just click the link that we shared in the chat.
Take a breath, man.
Did I cover everything?
Take a breath,
Ryan.
I mean,
Let's tick all your boxes.
I think so. We have 44 questions, so you have a lot more talking to do. I'll try and get some more I can do. I'm glad to see there's so many questions because people are interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to iterate on everything that Robin has said so far that he's yapped about. Take my freaking money, let's go. Love to see it. That's why I do this. That's why I do this, baby. That's why I do this. All right. So let's get into Q&A time. We're gonna bring our boy Troy. Oh, you got something?
Bring Troy in. Go have fun with Troy. Give me 2 minutes.
All right.
Quick bathroom break. Get something to drink, and I'll be back. Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool.
There he is. There he is. Troy, you're live. Anything? Troy, anything? Any words to say?
Yo.
There we go.
Yo.
He is alive.
What's up, guys? Hold on, I gotta mute this and then unmute this.
That's all valid, man. That's all valid. That is all valid.
Yo,
All right. Let's pull some questions.
why can't I hear nothing?
Is your Chrome tab muted? I feel like he muted his Chrome tab.
You're in the show. Why can't I hear you guys?
This dude, man. So this is Troy,
Speaker.
right? So Troy does a lot for us. He's a great guy. Copped? Hell yeah. Troy's a great guy. But man, sometimes does he just do some stuff that you're like, Troy, come on, man. Right now? Seriously?
Why-
Seriously, Troy? Seriously? Right now? Out of all times? You do this? Rucker, can you message Troy and be like, your Chrome tab is muted? That's exactly what it is. His Chrome tab is muted. I know it is. All right, I'm going to go through the questions then. All right. Interested in the app building and feature, how it came to be and how it came to look? That's a really good question. Hey, Troy. What's up, buddy? Was your Chrome tab muted?
Yeah, I had to mute it earlier from when we were earlier because of the music. I was like, why can't I hear
man.
shit?
I was saying so many good things about you. The people. So I picked the first question, so I'm gonna do the first question, and then we'll pick it up from there. So interested in the app building and how the feature iteration process for Producer, how it came about. So yeah, so essentially with all the agency work that we do, I'll keep this really short because there's other questions about like functionality and whatnot. Okay, so Kavi's in the chat right now. So with Kavi, we do the special offer pages, right? And Robin started looking into some other stuff of just designing a page, not the actual functionality. Like you're still using your Beat store of BeatStars, Airbit, Soundy, TrackTrain. It's just embedded on the website. And so it was like, hey, Framer looks really fucking cool. And you can make something look really, really cool, right? If you can make the perceived value, this is a really big one, right? A lot of producers sell custom beats or mixing and mastering on like the default services page that the beat stores give you. And it's like you have a cover art, a headline, and a description. If you want to sell something for more than like $30, you need to give a lot more to it. There needs to be references. There needs to be social proof. There's questions people have. And so it really came down to, hey, for the guys who are selling beats, like I want Robin essentially to build out this template that would be really, really sick. And so that's kind of the backstory about it. It was just like there's this huge gap right now for producers selling beats. And a lot of it is because like if you just got into Framer and tried to build this out yourself and you don't really have any background, good luck. Because I mean, even for Robin, this was something that took so long. So yeah.
That's my pitch. You ready for the next question?
Yeah. Hit me.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people asking about, I know you guys touched about like Shopify integration, all that, and people are asking about what if I sell sound kits?
That's a good question. Do we have any questions about that? So I can pin it real quick. Let's do this one. All right, so what if I have drum kits? Okay, so that's a really, really good question. So essentially, we still recommend Shopify for selling kits. The reason is because Shopify itself is an e-commerce platform that gives you all the functionalities that you need to do to sell and build something. Framer is more so just building a page around the player itself. And so, Robin, you can answer this for me. But we thought about this too. Like we looked like once Robin made this thing for the beat selling template, I was like, okay, like what about our guys selling kits? Like, can we give them a whole new website? And he was like, that wouldn't be a good idea because Shopify handles all of the product delivery, all the purchasing stuff, the checkout process, the fulfillment, where Framer is more so just that design process. And then of course, like if you offer mixing and mastering, you can put, what are some of the ones the kids are using these days? Gumroad, like those digital product embeds that you can essentially make your own checkout link, so to speak. Anything to add on to that? Did I hit the head on that, Robin?
Now he's muted.
Oh my god. This fucking
such a noob. Yeah, I heard you there. Okay. No, definitely. I mean, Framer allows you to give a good visual representation of your brand, and it also has enough features built in to kind of like integrate with the most important things. But when it comes to selling sample packs, I mean, it's just undeniable. Like Shopify has the best integration. Same with like email marketing software. Like we recommend Klaviyo because it's just the best. We work with that stuff every day, and I would be making sample pack websites on Framer just for fun. Probably it will look way better, but it will not perform better in terms of sales and results.
Yeah. Just because like you're still selling beats on the player, so you're just embedding the player. Of where when you sell kits, like there's a whole
checkout system,
layout,
system.
checkout system, collections of different products, different product pages. For a beat store, it's just the player, you click play and you run through, add it to cart right there. So it's a bit of a different process.
Right.
We're looking into what could be possibly done about that. But yeah, as of right now, this is really just mainly focused around selling beats. But if you do sell kits, there is the menu navigation bar where, like for Jay's website, if you click on selling kits, it just takes you to a Shopify page.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Hit me.
Real quick before the next question, I just want to say that I did my website with the producer template, and it blows my last custom website that I made completely out of the water. So
how'd you build it? What was your last one? WordPress?
Yeah, WordPress.
Okay.
Like it looked good for a WordPress site. Like it was decent, but this is just like next level.
Do we have any questions?
Like a real testimonial.
Robin, you got okay. Both of you guys are really familiar. So let's say I'm on a WordPress website right now. Okay, so this question. So in order to add the website template, do you have to use Framer or could you use Elementor, which is a WordPress builder?
No, these are completely different design systems. So WordPress is not the same as Framer, and there is no connection between the two. So no, you have to completely start from scratch on Framer and using the Framer builder as well. But coming from someone who's built dozens of websites on WordPress, consider yourself lucky, because just the whole workflow on Framer is so satisfying. The editor, the visual editor, it's so intuitive that it makes everything a lot easier. Especially like on WordPress, when it comes to like mobile optimization and stuff, you always have to like go into different tabs, and then you have to view the mobile version, and you have to make edits there, and all the site settings, you have to go into the WordPress backend, and there's always like some glitch between the Elementor styling and the WordPress theme styling. So all those issues, you don't have to worry about any of that in Framer. So no, they don't work together. It's completely separate. But Framer is definitely the superior one.
Yeah, I'm dreading going back to Gem Pages and Elementor for agency work after using Framework. But yeah, that's just I think I saw a question because it's kind of a good segue because Framer is really good at this. Is this going to be really good for SEO optimization? I saw Cloud9 ask that. I can't.
That's a good question.
Find that. Found it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how do I explain this?
Do you want to share your screen, Robin? Would it be easier to show it?
I could, but there's not too much to show. I can show you. Well, so there are different aspects to SEO optimization, right? So when it comes to SEO, I don't want to give like a full masterclass on that, but present and then share screen. There we go. Share. So let me bring up the actual version. So when it comes to SEO optimizing website, it starts off with, for example, header titles. And for those who are a little bit familiar with SEO, you want to make sure that your pages are optimized in terms of having a proper hierarchy within the header titles. So that's already done in here. And that here I find it way easier because you just work off of text styles. So this is obviously an H1. And then below that, we have H2s and H3. It's kind of like the hierarchy. You always have one H1, heading 1 on the page, and then you kind of go down to using H2 sections, and within those sections, you go deeper with H3 and H4. Then on that aspect, you pretty much set that into the styling, which we already did. So you don't have to do that. So this is why it's already SEO optimized. Now, let's say you want to rearrange some stuff, and all of a sudden you want to put like this title in here. Then the workflow wouldn't be to just copy this over in here, because then you have an H1 title and another H1 title, which Google says is not okay. You only can have one H1 on the page. Then you can go in, and here on the right side, you can change your header tag to H1, H2, H3. You can kind of override those settings. So in that aspect, it's way easier to kind of make things SEO optimized. In terms of blogging, if that's what you're talking about, then in Framer, I built a simple CMS system. And basically, you have your title, your slug, and you have your editor. Now, there are definitely some limitations when it comes to this in Framer. So what you do here is you work off of a block design. So let me pull that up. So I've designed like a blog page, and I can pick whatever article I have added to it, and this is how we will see it will reflect on the front end of the website. And then within this, within this, I've done the SEO optimization as well, H1s, and the rest is H2s, H3, H4. And for every page, you can do proper that is here page settings. So this ties in with page descriptions, for example, then titles. Now it doesn't work like Yoast SEO in WordPress, for example, but that's because by default Framer's engine is SEO optimized, and I don't know the technical term for it, but they have this feature where instantly on loading the website, it is preloading some stuff which gives like good signals to Google. That's also the reason why the whole website is so fast. So yeah, this is really good for SEO optimization, and this is also why we chose Framer, because this is more prepared for the future. They are doing updates pretty much every month, adding new features to it, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna add more advanced settings for SEO as well.
Nice. All right, I saw a couple of questions. I'm gonna combine them. The first one was by SO Beats. He said, "Can I customize text on every page?" And then Control Gang Beats asked if you can change the terms on refund policy. So is this a fully customizable template? You can change literally everything you see?
Text on every page, yeah, of course. So what we can do is I can just continue to share my screen, by the way, probably way easier. So when it comes to text, it's actually super easy. This is all done from the visual editor. So if I want to change up this, wait, I don't want to work in a template in case people are getting this copy right now. That'll be super awkward.
Why the hell does my template say this?
Let me go off of Dave's one. I can just double click on any text section and I can change up text. Same goes for like headers and some paragraphs text, like for example, this. Now, how I've built this is like you have the background, just the canvas, the main layout. And on top of that, we are using elements and components. So to give you an example, this is a component. And you cannot edit text in here. However, we built like a little design system for it, where on the right side, when you click on such, usually when they have like that purple border around, it indicates that it's a global component. Then I can go to the right side and I could just say, okay, select beats. I want to turn this into, maybe you want to do something like high quality beats. And then for this one, you want to say instantly delivered. You see, I'm doing that from the right side. And I can do this for everything. I can also do this for, here's my cool text. I can pretty much edit all the text in here using the right panel. And the reason why is because this has to do with the breakpoints. You pretty much have to do this once, and then it obviously updates on all these sections. But there is like spacing and column width that we had to respect in this in order to have everything within the 1600 frame. So this is a 1600 pixel frame. This is 1200. This is 800 tablet, and then you have 400 for mobile. And it automatically updates to it going from, for example, horizontal to vertical. So this is one of the reasons why some components, some elements are only, you can only edit them from the right section. Now, another example that I can give you in terms of text is, okay, so let's take these production credits. So let me change this up. Instead of saying Earth, Wind, I'm Fire, did anyone spot that? I found that was funny as fuck. Anyway.
Oh, you put little, I didn't even notice that. Oh, God.
Let's say I say this, then since it is a global component, I changed it up here, right? So this is the home page. But now when you go into a different page, let's say I go to this one also shows up on the custom beats page, then it's updated here as well. And this is kind of to make it way easier to update production credits, because this is stuff that you may want to update on a regular, right? If you got a new placement and you want to add that, but you don't want to go through the entire website adding that stuff. So that's why we build those text sections into components.
Nice. Yeah, it's super easy to use. Again, from me using it, me making my own site, it makes everything come together super easy and seamlessly with the way that he set it up like this.
I guess while you're in there, so there was another question people have asked about this. Is like, okay, I offer different services.
Mhm.
What do I do?
Different services?
Yeah, so Irv says he offers cover art designs.
Okay. Right. Good question. So we've built out two service pages, and we knew that these were the main ones. So we built entire landing pages for this. If you want to do the exact same thing for cover art, then what I could do, which is not there yet, I'll be honest, but I could turn this into a template of its own, for example, and then you can make one for cover art. Or if it's a service that costs like $40, then you don't need like a whole landing page. Usually, the longer the sales page, the higher the price. That's the general thing in marketing and sales and web design. So if it's like I don't know, like a $30 or $50 type thing, then I much rather work off of a additional product page, which is on the roadmap actually, where we'll just work off of. It's gonna look similar to I would say, let me bring up the Heat website. So on the Heat website, for example, we have products. So that it could look similar to like something like this, where you have like the different products that you want to offer. I could build this easily. So also, like I mentioned in the whole presentation, we're just getting started with this. And what we're doing within the community, you can request certain features and people can upvote those features. So if there are more people that want like a product page like this, fuck it, I'll just make it. Definitely.
Nice. So Laura asks, is there a link to demo the site? Yeah, so if you go to heat.co/producer, no E,
Doesn't matter.
on the top page, if you do type in the redirect you, because we're smart like that, there's a live preview where you can interact with the page. You can open it up on your phone. You'll see it. It works just as good on your phone as it does. All the animations are still there. All the buttons still work. All the text is nice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's on the producer page. You can find that.
Yep.
Want to bring that up.
Nice. Yeah, we got another one. We got a couple by Meadow. He says he's from Europe, and which means that data privacy and cookie banner is a must.
Yeah.
Is that going to be an issue with Framer? And then also after that, automatic SSL, is that something he has to have, or is that going to be handled by Framer too?
That's a good question. That's automatically added by Framer. Yes, the SSL certificate that's added by Framer. That's within the hosting plan. It's covered. So literally, like just to give you the rundown, if you want to deploy your website, then you have like site settings here, and then you have domains. Now this is not connected obviously to a paid plan right now, but you say connect a domain that you own, and then you just go into your domain servers, you set up the DNS records, and you just copy them in here, connect it. And they always say it takes like 48 hours, but it's usually updated within like a few hours. And that's literally it. You don't have to do anything else. What was the previous question, Troy?
The
cookie banners.
Cookie banners.
Right. Okay. So, like I said, we build in just as a little extra, we added like disclaimers and stuff. So we also added a privacy policy, and someone in our leaders community actually pointing this out. So by default, we're from Europe, or at least I'm from Europe, and the company Heat is based in Europe. So we actually have this section that kind of like touched upon GDPR as well. So I included this within the privacy policy. So by default, it's actually in your privacy policy. But if you're not in the EU, you have to say it right. It only applies to the EU, not just Europe, I think. Yeah, the European Union. Then you can just delete this part or this entire section about GDPR. And when it comes to the cookie banner, so for the cookie banner, you can only set it up when you're on a paid plan, by the way. So that's one thing, because that's not part of design. That's more technical. All the design in the building is free in Framer until you want to deploy, then you pay for it. But cookie banner is technical. So what they build in is a default feature called cookie banner. And what you can do, let me go back to the homepage. Homepage, and then I say cookie banner, and usually you put this like in your footer, right? And a cookie banner from a more technical perspective, if I would put the cookie banner in here, yeah, it's gonna give me this prompt. Okay, I have to upgrade to Pro. Anyway, the process. Let me show it on the Heat website. The process is here, cookie settings, and it kind of takes you to the terms of service. And when you go to the Heat website, you'll see that cookie pop up. That can be set up on your own Framer website as well. So that's covered for sure.
Nice. Yeah, and I also saw a couple questions that were asking about the Framer subscription fee.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of clarify that a bit, just in case people are a little confused?
Sure. So plans. Like I said, you how it works. If you sign up for this, then immediately after you're gonna get enrolled within the producer course within our leaders community, and there in the first video, there are links in there that you have to make a Framer account first, obviously, and then when you click that link, you instantly make a copy of the producer template that will look similar to the default version of this, so without the hero section. Then you can do all the designing, all the styling. You can make it look like your brand and just change everything however you want. And then even if it takes you like 3 months, for example, then at that point you can say, okay, now I want to deploy my website. That's when you have to buy a plan. And for that plan, based on how we build it, we know that you need a basic. So this is in euros because I'm in Europe, but this is $20 a month on a monthly. And this one, the mini plan, this wouldn't suffice because we have a multi-page layout, and this is actually only for landing pages. So if you would have like one landing page with no additional pages whatsoever, and you just have like some visitors going to that page, that is only going to be $10 a month. But for this, you're going to need $20 a month, and for that, you're going to get one CMS collection. So this is the blog. You're going to get 10,000 visitors per month. Once you reach that cap, that threshold, then you have to upgrade to $40 a month. But I would say, like, for the majority of people, this is more than enough. And this pretty much covers everything. And this is the only thing that you have to do. This is the only plan that you add. So this also makes things a lot easier. Comparing it to WordPress, for example, then you have to go into Elementor, and then you can choose to use the Elementor hosting, or you can use a third-party hosting. I used to use like Kinsta or Flywheel. So then you have your Flywheel subscription hosting, then you have your Elementor subscription, then you have domain subscriptions. This is way simpler, actually. Hopefully that answers the question, Troy.
Yeah, definitely. Another question I was asked by a couple of people, but let's just say Prod Ashton says he has his email list connected to his pro page. Is he gonna have to relink it to this, or how is that integration with MailChimp and ConvertKit gonna work?
All right. So your email list isn't connected to your pro page, it's connected to the BeatStars engine where you host your tracks in. On Framer, we're actually using the exact same engine for this. So I think this was your player, Troy, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
Do you have free downloads enabled?
Should be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So not for everything, but for this.
Yeah, it might be different in that player because that's a new one I made for you.
Okay, but I mean, this is just a process. So you have the player. This is how people view it, and then they can still do the downloads, and this still would then run through your BeatStars setup. So this is what I mean. The entire process, or like facilitating everything related to your beats and uploading beats, hosting beats, playing beats, giving those free downloads, it all runs through the exact same player through all BeatStars tech, and we just take the player and we implement that or embed that on our website or in our website, however you look at it.
Yeah. So you're still going to need BeatStars or Soundy, but you can keep using whichever one you're currently using. Like, this isn't going to replace that.
Yeah.
But we're not going to make you switch away. Like, you can use what you're using.
Nope. Okay. What else we got?
Let's see. Ryan just pulled that one up. I was looking for another one real quick. Can we change the currency? Like if we're
Okay,
in a
so
different
this
area.
is this will be answered in the same manner. You're still all the sales tag, all the beat selling tag, it all runs through your beat store. This has nothing to do with the framer. Kind of have to look at it like this. Um, Nothing will change in terms of how you run your business. You just build a different package around your beat store with framer. Hopefully that answers the question. I guess what he's referring to is more so like on Shopify websites where you have the Shopify sales engine integrated with that card system and everything. Then you can set currencies based on country. I mean, that's highly dependent on whether the beat store that provides that feature. There's nothing to do with framer.
Yeah. So if they're already on a beat store, all they gotta do is just switch the domain over to framer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super simple. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's a seamless transition if you switch your domain over for this. It's a seamless process.
So I do wanna mention something here. So if you're on a pro page, you can just I think you can just redirect the domain to framer, and that's the fix. However, if you are on WordPress and for some reason you don't want to lose your website and you want to still be able to access that website, then you may want to set up like an alternate domain on that WordPress website. So for example, when we switched over from the WordPress version of Heat to the framer version of Heat, I made sure that the guy that was helping out with that actually installed a backup domain so I could still access the old WordPress website of Heat, just because we had so much information on that. So if that's the case for someone, which will probably not be for most people, probably just a few, but then you also know that you just need to make backups. Yeah.
So I saw this one question. Can I change the language of everything? Yeah, on Framer, you can edit all the text. Everything you see there, you can edit.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how he means this, because there's two ways to interpret this. So what you can do in Framer, which does relate to language. So this is also like an sort of like an SEO feature. You want to tell Google what language your website is in, right? So if you change this to like all Spanish text, for example, then here on, I think it's this icon. Yeah. So at locale, what you can do is you can say what the main language is for the website. So this is a little bit too technical. Let me give you a quicker example. I think it's somewhere in here. Oh no, I remember what it is. The first time that you publish your page, Framer is going to ask you based on, they're going to read out the website basically, and if they see like I use a lot of lorem ipsum, so that's what's it called?
Latin.
Yeah, Latin. Thank you. So when I published the website for the first time, the Framer is like, "Yo, is this a Latin speaking website?" And I was like, "No, it's not." So it kind of reads out your website, and when you publish it, it's going to ask you. So if you are making a website in a different language, then through the Framer builder, you can set up the proper settings so it gives the signal to Google that you have a Spanish language website. So again, not sure if that's what he meant, but just to be safe.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
But you can edit all the text. Like if you want to make all your text in Italian, you just type in Italian.
Yeah, you can if you learn Framer, you can switch everything up. Like you can do whatever you want.
There is not much you can do on this.
Yeah, it's super
get
powerful.
into that too fast.
All right, I got another one by Babop. How do beat URLs work with this? Is it gonna work to go to the Soundy Pro page of using it, or are you just gonna link it to your homepage? Right. How do you do that?
Gotcha. This is actually a really good question. So this is definitely a Soundy type question, because Soundy is the only beat store that allows you to basically create unique URLs. Okay, I have to explain this right. So what you can do in Soundy is if you're using the embed player, like how we're using it on the Framer website, then you can add certain codes at the end of the URL of a beat. And when people click on that, it will automatically load up that beat in the player. And that's a Soundy only feature. Do you have that set up somewhere, Ryan?
Yeah, I had it set up. All right. So this is Rujay's website, right? So if you just type in rujay.com.co.uk, this is the website. And then you're like, ah, shit, I need to beat 2,222. It's like, fuck. You can obviously search for it here. That's why we also added that little thing right there on the producer website where it's like, if you're searching for a beat, use the search icon. But with Soundy, this is only a Soundy feature, is if you add the text, question, this is a Soundy, this is like broken down in their docs as well. Basically send track, and then each track you have in Soundy has its own unique URL. And so we're saying, okay, take me to beat God knows, essentially. If we load that in, it automatically loads it, scrolls down, and shows you that exact beat. And so it'd be the same exact thing on the Framer website, is you have your domain, the beat stores on the Framer website, and so it would just scroll down to that beat there.
Yeah.
Nice.
This doesn't work on BeatStars, by the way, just to be clear. This
Yeah,
is a
it doesn't
Soundy
work on
only
BeatStars.
feature.
We'll get people to search for a specific beat. Yeah. So once again, you're still using your same player. You're still using BeatStars, Soundy, TrackTrain, Airbit. You're still using the player itself.
Yeah, I think that's a good question, because this is something that a lot of customers of mine used to ask. Like, I'm looking for a beat. How can I quickly find it without going through the entire list? And there's literally this search bar on top of every embed store, but for some reason people just miss it. Or so that's why I actually was like, I need to make this tooltip that if people hover over this, then okay, there's a search bar. Wait, let me actually look for a search bar. Yeah, because the amount of emails that I got from people like, I'm looking for a beat, I can't find it. And dude, there's a search bar in the player. Just use it. So yeah, it's possible from within the player. I actually like the questions though, because this all to help give visitors and potential customers a better experience, right? It's ties in really well with how we build.
Dare I say user experience?
Wow, you just learned a new word, did you?
Yeah, like user experience, right? There is a whole freaking masterclass by Robin on how to go from zero. Troy, how long did it take you to put your new website together on Framer?
Probably like 2 hours of just pure design,
Boom.
playing around with it.
No, I was just watching Robin's videos. People in Leaders said the same exact thing. What was like average time we were seeing, like it's 3 hours to put it all together?
Yeah, like don't let Framer. It's a complex, like it's advanced web design stuff. Like Framer is like a big boy web design tool for sure, but it comes with the course that Robin made with plenty of videos. It breaks down simple. Like you need no web design experience to be able to make a custom website like one of these. Like how he was switching out for all of his stuff. It's super straightforward the way that we put it together for you guys.
Nice. Okay. Question. So hook up a payment processor directly to Framer. So let's say you're offering mixing and mastering, right? And you want to charge through Stripe. Let's say you use Stripe. Stripe will give you a buy link. I'm pretty sure Gumroad, PayPal, they'll give you like a buy link or a checkout link on their end, on Stripe, on PayPal. And then Robin, correct me if I'm wrong, but you would just make a button that says buy now, and it would take you to the checkout of Stripe.
Yeah, correct. Actually, a good example, if you go...
Is our sales page.
This could have been the sales page. If you go to our sales page right now, you scroll down and you click on buy now, then look what happens. That's literally the process. You can use...
It takes you to ThriveCart, which is our e-commerce selling platform.
Yeah. We got a new one from Joe. He just bought a done for you plan, and
hell yeah, Joe.
Yeah, shout out to Joe. So he just adds email designs, and what do you say? I just purchased done for you option and got the basic Framer plan set up. So I would just add your email or whoever designs it to the invite collaborator section.
Nice. First of all, appreciate you, Joe. Definitely gonna enjoy working on that. So if you already got the basic Framer plan, so like I said, you actually don't have to do that until it's actually deployed, but it doesn't matter for you because we're gonna have it done within the next 10 days anyway. But what we'll do is, so right now it's kind of hectic, obviously here, but we will send you a personal message with a quick form where we are requesting some of the information from you. And what we will actually do is we build the website on our end. So we'll just make a copy for you and we'll give you viewer access to that so that you could just, say, I'll give feedback so we can make revisions. And then afterwards, then we can transfer the website to you and we can make you owner of that website. So that's typically the workflow. But if you already got something set up, then I can just go in, or I can, they call it like remixing. I can remix your project and bring it over to my my account.
Yeah.
Nice. Appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah. Shout out Joe.
Fuck yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Chuck Taylor. Sorry, I just want to get this one intro.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially, so if you're already using a pro page, the Soundy store builder or whatnot, essentially you've bought a domain before, or maybe not. I know you can do like the other way around, but you have to buy a domain. And then in that domain, there's a thing called DNS settings. And so no matter which one you use, if you just Google like how to change DNS settings, they'll tell you how to do it on Google. Hell, if you're in leaders, once you buy this, just get into leaders, be like, Ryan, help me. I have no idea what I'm doing to set up my domain. It takes 2 minutes and I'll help you do it. So yeah, it's a super simple process. We'll probably have to make a video for that because I imagine a lot of people have the same question. But yeah, it's literally just switching out some settings in a DNS setting. It sounds complex, but it's really not hard at all.
It's straightforward. It's pretty straightforward.
Troy can do it, man. This is the freaking guy who joined the live and was like, "Why am I muted? Why can't I hear anybody?"
Yeah, no, I figured it out. I figured it out. If I can do it and do that, you guys can switch your DNS settings for sure. We got another one from Bablab again. He asks, do you need a separate system like Shopify to handle payments? I think you just answered that, but you can just add the button directly in Producer and be able to make payments.
Yeah, with Stripe and PayPal, you can just obviously make their free accounts. Obviously, I already signed up on it.
I could just show it to people. I can. So in the Heat side, for example, I am here on the producer landing page. By the way, what did you guys think of this landing page? This is probably one of
this was built on frame.
Best work. I'm gonna very slowly go down to the actual section that we're talking about, just for the experience. Okay. Oh, nice.
Look at that user experience.
Talk about perceived value.
It looks premium, right?
It's meta. No, this is the meta part though. Like we're selling you on the same concepts that sell ourselves to use Framer in the first place.
That's true. That's true. I love that perspective.
Is this a template here? Can I buy that?
Nope. Anyway, we finally got to the pricing section. So to answer this question, so what we have like a payment processor called ThriveCard, and that's where we set up all our payments. And we do that because we have all these different types of products. We have courses. Sometimes we have a subscription. In this case, we also have that payment plan, right? So we set up the payment processing in a third party, and we just get a link. And if you click on Buy Now, this will take you to checkout.heat.co, which is just a subdomain that we set up on ThriveCard, and this is where the payments take place. So for the majority of one-off purchases, services, something like this is fine. You can also use Gumroad, but I think Gumroad became like super expensive last year, and there are other alternatives too. So you just need something like this, and then you literally get, like, I just asked Rutger, for example, give me the checkout link with the coupon code already applied, and I just placed that one on the actual buttons. So that's the process. Hopefully that explains it.
Nice. Yeah, we got another one from Jorge. He asks, will my BeatStars YouTube description links go straight to this new producer page, or is he going to have to switch those out?
Depends what he has in the YouTube descriptions, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say let's do Robin. Robin's beat selling site was robinwesleyinstrumentals.com.
Don't go there.
So that domain built on the old website. You can see kind of the first iteration of this built on fucking WordPress. Boo. Robin can paste that link anywhere, and no matter what he chooses to do, as long as he always connects his new website to that domain, you can click it in 10 years and you'll go to whatever is the most recent thing he's done with it. Now, if you have like robinwesleyinstrumentals.beatstars.com, that's a BeatStars subdomain. So that's going to go to the BeatStars one. If you're linking to the individual, like the individual tracks on the BeatStars page, For the pro page, that won't work either. So if you just link directly to your website, just the domain itself, then yes. But if not, then no.
Yeah. You want to
Collabs.
first?
Yeah, collabs don't matter. It's still on BeatStars, still on whatever beat selling website you're on. Nothing changes in terms of selling beats. Email sequences and sounding. Yep, same exact thing. Nothing changes. All you have to do is if you have a new domain, if you didn't have a domain before, just make sure you update your website domain if you didn't have one before setting anything up.
I think it'd be easier to ask, is there anything that's going to be broken that needs to be switched if you use this, or is it just going to be a seamless transition?
Depends. If you're coming from a pro page, then nothing will break because it's literally open. You can just go back and activate the pro page using a different domain or just revert back to the domain provided by BeatStars themselves, so that you can still have that pro page as a separate one. If you're switching from a WordPress website like we did, for example, then this is why I said, like, you want to make a backup of your old website because you have to redo everything in Framer. Obviously, it's a new design system, so you have to build out the website in there. So what I actually did, because we've gained a lot of SEO value over the years on heat.co. So what I did was in Framer, I'm not sure if this is possible within the site plan. So let me check that in a second. But what I did was I've just installed a bunch of, sorry, wrong button. That one. I installed a bunch of redirects. So when we switched over to this website, then for example, we always had like on WordPress, heat.co/go/free masterclass sync licensing, for example. Now on the new Framer website, it became /content/sync licensing masterclass. So in order to not lose my SEO value that I built up there, I just told Framer, wait, everything that initially went to /go/free masterclass, redirect that to this. A better example for that I just did today is, I know that some people would still be clicking on the producer waitlist, right? Because we've been pushing that so hard last week. Those links are out there. People will click that. So what I did was I just quickly made like a redirect. Everyone who now goes to that waitlist page that we've been pushing so hard will automatically be redirected to the main /producer sales page. So this is something that you can set up in terms of keeping some value on your old links and making sure that basically what you're doing with this is you're giving the signal to Google that you've switched to a new platform, but you're making sure that all the listings on Google, so all your rankings are still going to correct non-broken pages.
Nice. Yeah, something by Meta I think you can answer right now. He's asking, how can he make his own logo bigger? He tried it, but he couldn't get it.
I was just going to say, this is probably a better question to ask within the actual platform.
Yeah, I noticed something with that already. So this kind of has to do with the initial logo that you have. So I noticed that some people, they're in just general design principles, you have certain variations of logos. You have like a square one, which is an icon. Usually you have like a horizontal one. So yeah, that is something that I already figured that we need some additional information for that. So I'll probably record another video for that Monday. Also, if anyone is still listening, but they're already working on this, not all the videos are uploaded yet. I've been working very hard to get like a ton of videos done, but just with everything going on and the editing that's involved to kind of like make it super concise and straightforward for you guys, we need a little bit more time. So there are still like a good amount of videos that we're going to be adding. I think like 10 or 12 videos. They are pretty much all recorded. They just have to get edited and uploaded. And I just spoke to Rutger today. We're going to roll it out Monday and Tuesday. But that shouldn't be holding you back. You can already start doing a ton of things with the videos that I uploaded last week.
Yeah, you can build like 99% of your website already with what's already there.
All right. Okay. Someone says they have reviews from Upwork. So what you can do with those reviews is, like, in the testimonial section, Robin can show you, you can just go in and change the text of like, hey, Kathy Williams said my beats are so freaking hard, bro. You just click
so here's so here's how you add testimonials. So these, how I showed it with the different elements. So for this, I didn't want people to go inside this and actually make changes in here, because then you can like I said, you can fuck up the minimum width and the minimum height so that not everything falls within the canvas. So you're just if you want to add a new one, I could just am I in? Yeah, 808 Dave. So 808 Dave just got a new testimonial. Then on the right side here, he got a testimonial from Joe, and
Yo, mama.
yeah, and then I can say hired on Upwork, great dude, never working with him again. And then stars, you can select 1 star, 2 star. This is not real reviews that you pull from official review sites, but you don't need that stuff for a beat setting website. So this is kind of a way where you can make it look real. So let's say this is a 4-star review. Then I also add a type in here because this is actually, I love this question because I already figured that people want to showcase where testimonials come from, right? So I told here customer, but you can also change this to Upwork customer, for example. And now all you have to do, this is the ticker for the custom beats. So let's say you were selling custom beats there. Then I just made this one. Let me just title this different. Upwork. Then I go to the main ticker which is basically the moving element, right? And then on the right side, you can just add that new testimonial to it. And you say, okay, the Upwork one, add it, boom, now it's in. And if I go to the actual custom beats sites, then there we have Joe with the 4-star review, who's never going to work with him again. We probably want to delete this since we're going to build this website for Dave.
Leave that in.
Dude, what the fuck is that testimonial?
Who's Joe?
Yeah.
Got another one. Kaser asks, out of curiosity, what's going to be the full price after the launch for this producer template?
Right. It's going to be way more. We don't have a price yet. So right now, the price is not so much based on just producer. So with all the bonuses that we put together, that was kind of, for us, it was kind of like refreshing now, because with a lot of producers that we work with, they were missing that foundation. So to give you good examples, some of the work that we do in the agency, sometimes it doesn't work out. Like full transparency, sometimes we have like bad drops. And like recently we worked with a producer that was selling beats, and we were running a campaign for him, and it just straight out flopped. Then a week later, we ran the exact same campaign. The strategy was exactly the same, just different copy, different text and everything. And the dude crushed it. And then we were like, why is this working for producer A, but not working for producer B? And the only difference that we could find is that producer A, where it did work, was on a custom website. So we were able to like display on the website that he had some deal going on. So we haven't tested this yet, to be honest, but we do think like this has to do, this has its influence, obviously. So with that, now you can actually properly build your landing pages for that. And this is why we wanted to like package everything together, because we're having a foundation. Then you can start with the email marketing stuff that we got. You can implement some of our course things, and kind of giving you the full package to really get going. So the value stack really added up to that price that we have right now. And someone asked, I just saw a question from someone as well, where they were asking if this is going to be part of Leaders. Probably, yes, but it is not right now. So don't think that you can sign up for Leaders and you're going to get free access to this producer template too. The only reason we gave this to our community is because we gave this to the OGs, the first people that actually signed up for Leaders in the first place. We ran a sale for that a while ago. But after this sale, we're going to close it down. That's for sure. So we're definitely going to close the entire sales process down. No one can buy it for probably like a week or two. And that's mainly because I think we already got like 3 people that bought.
We got some websites to build.
Yeah, we got some websites to build. So, and also we always close things down after a major drop. So that kind of gives us time to optimize, to work with the people that first got in, and we learn from them and we optimize. And we just want to give full attention to those initial early users. So the only thing I can say is that we're going to close it down after the sale for at least 2 weeks, maybe even longer, depending. and the sales price will definitely go up for sure. And not the bonuses that we got listed will definitely not be included either.
Nice. If anybody else has any questions, go ahead and drop them below. I'm going through and I'm not really finding anything new.
I can see. So once again, so like a membership or subscription for customers. Once again, so Framer isn't handling any of the payment processing side of it. So you could make a sick ass landing page based on this template. You can learn a bit more of Framer once you have things set up as well. And you're like, hey, I want to do that. Well, you can take the template we have here. If this is something that a lot of people want to have, we can also include that in the 12 months of upgrades that we do as well. But essentially you'd host that on something like Stripe. You'd make a product called like membership subscription, and then you'd make it like, hey, for $100 a month, you set it up through that. So it's not something you do on Framer directly. You'd build a page for it, but the actual processing of it would be handled on like Stripe or PayPal.
Nice. By the way, it's, guys, I see like in my interface, I'm not sure if you guys handled this already, but I see like 50 more questions. They're a bit older, but they're like from 2 hours ago.
Let's run through them.
Like,
so I already have
touched on. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I already have WordPress. What do I do?
Switch to Framer.
Switch to Framer. You'll have to rebuild the site. You'll have to relink your domain. So like we went like. The reason why we're here is we did things on WordPress the first time. All of our shit was on WordPress. The templates that we gave out the first time, like 2 years ago, were on WordPress. But then, of course, we're all about growing and bettering things. And we switched to Framer for all of our stuff. And so, I mean, how would that kind of look if it was like, hey, like you guys are still using those old ass templates? Like we moved on. Like you probably want to like move on with us, right? So obviously it's up to you. If you see the value in it, we do. We switched everything on our end, which was a pain in the ass. Robin handled a lot of that, bless his heart. So it's up to you if you want to switch, but the process is really just switching a domain. And then like Robin said, also with URL redirects, if you have really technical questions, the best thing to do after you purchase would then be use the community to ask those questions to cover that stuff.
Yeah, I'll be on top of that. Not today, probably, but definitely tomorrow.
Cool. Dave was in here. All right.
Wait,
Dave says
we got Dave?
Earlier. This was earlier.
Oh, shit. Okay, so you was in here. Nice.
Is the menu fully customizable like WordPress, Shopify? Yeah, so if you want to add a menu item that takes you to your store, let's say you have a merch store. Let's say you have a Teespring shop or like a Shopify for merch. Robin will show you. You can go
basically,
ahead.
we already pre-built it with the available pages, obviously, and then this is not easy to design. Let's just put it like that. But what we've done is for the services, for example, we've built overlays, right? So when you hover over this, you see that custom beats, mixing, mastering, sample packs, and really what you can do is, if I want to add another page to this, boom, there you go, another one, there you go, another one, there you go. There's how many you want, you can just add it. If you want to have it within this section, then this, on every website system, it works the same. Well, let me close this. You always have to respect the width of the device that you're working in. So let's say I want to have it displayed up here. So I have right now 5 navigation items. Let's say I want to add a few more, and I do this. Now this shit's gonna break, right? This is not gonna work. Yeah. So this has nothing to do with Framer or anything. This is just not.
That's just general website. You should not have more than like 5 things there. That's when you have your sub items.
Right. So whatever it is, you could say like, you know what, I want to switch licensing out for custom beats. Then you can just change the text and you'd be like, okay, this is gonna be custom beats. And then if you just go to the layer on the top. Sorry, where is the logo? I can't find it right now, but there is just a simple link that you can use that'll bring you to, oh, sorry, it's here. Oops. So link, and then you can just say, okay, I want this to go to custom beats, and now in the services panel, let me open the overlay. Now I'm going to remove this one, and now you got it switched up. So yeah, it's fully customizable however you want, but just make sure that you respect general web design practices when it comes to that. Cool.
Yes. There was a mobile question. Yeah. So the website's fully mobile responsive already.
Yeah, Framer's great for that.
No. So yeah, so this is the whole reason why I love working in this like visual editor, because as I showed, these are like the breakpoints that show you how it looks on different devices, and if you preview it, so wait, let me just show you this. So for example, we just changed out his fonts, right? So we already see like this stuff. Now we have like 4 lines of text. I prefer to have it on 2, for example. So one thing that we already did to kind of help people navigate the left panel and all the layers that we put in there, if you see like the greater than, lesser than icons, then you know that this is where I can change the width. So if I click on this, then I go to the right side. I can say instead of 800, make it, or instead of 600, make it 800, and I can make changes. And this is actually what you do normally on the different breakpoints. So for example, here, instead of having it look like this, I could also say, you know what, just on mobile, I want this to look centered, and this too, which is very is often used on mobile devices. And now on mobile it looks like this, but on desktop it looks like this. And sometimes, just to give an example of the possibilities, like I don't always like all the bigger testimonials on a mobile device. So what you can also say is, you know what, I like these little tickers there, but I just don't want them on the mobile side. So with one click of a button, I just made it invisible. So that's also a great way to kind of like do mobile optimization. But you don't really have to do this. We've done pretty much all of this already. And when you're in the viewer, in this, then this is where you can actually toggle and see how the different sections respond to the different width of the pages. And this is actually next level responsiveness when it comes to the whole Framer setup. Like even you can just open the website up on your phone. Just go to the producer landing page, for example. Even on the home page, the effects and animations will work. So you're going to get that exact same experience browsing the website as you would on a normal desktop. Cool.
There was stuff about sample packs. So once again, we don't have anything right now in the template for sample packs. It's all around selling beats.
Maybe Troy wants to make one on gem pages.
Yeah.
We need a Heat Shopify theme. That's your next. You got to figure that out next, Robin.
Yeah.
So that's on you.
Maybe something in the future there, but since all the stuff still happens on Shopify, you have to kind of design within Shopify platforms.
Yeah, but this also, like, to be honest, we talked about this, right? About just having templates for this, but for this we need to be using Shopify, and that means that we need to be using gem pages. And gem pages is buggy as fuck, and it changes up every 3 months, and then it looks different. So if we would make a course today, then in 6 months everyone would have questions. They can't find shit. So no, that's not.
Also, there is some, like within the Klaviyo email integration, that also needs to be like, it ties activity on the website, and so it integrates with Shopify. So any activity that happens on Framer, it wouldn't pick it up. With BeatStars, the complexity with Soundy, the complexity of those isn't there. So that's why this is able to happen. Nothing changes about your business except the overall visual look of it, and more customization to add different services and stand out and just look way, way better.
Nice. Okay. What else we got?
Just to be clear, so yeah, the individual beat links, unless they're going to the marketplace, I'm not sure if the pro page ones will redirect like a subdomain. But if you were linking directly to like producername.com/beatname, I'm pretty sure that will not work. So I would definitely recommend checking them after.
Yeah, it might have there might be some broken links, because I know on BeatStars, and I just had, this is unrelated to that, but it's like I had some issues with them just redirecting my pro page to the wrong domain. So there might be some issues there on their end, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to.
I think this is something that we can investigate, though. Because to be honest, that end I haven't really looked into it yet.
Because I know Ryan shared something that I told him to share in sauce spills for leaders about posting a link directly to be in a pro page, which I'd never seen
for Soundy. Only for Soundy.
Yeah. I thought that was BeatStars.
Not for BeatStars. No, that was Soundy. That was Ruja.
That's what we just covered. So that's not possible, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm tripping them.
No worries.
Someone asked about crypto. If they can buy the template using crypto, I don't believe so. Unless you want to offer it.
Send me a DM. That's all I'm saying.
Send Robin a DM, maybe.
Can you test all links from YouTube as mentioned before going live?
Don't think so, right?
What? Can you test all links?
No. You'd have to. No, your website would have to be live first, and you'd have to double check, because if it's not live, then you wouldn't see the error. Yeah, so your stuff would have to.
Yeah, this is what I mean. We have to note this down. Troy, can you make a note of this? This is definitely something that we can look into. Maybe there's a way to use like redirects or something like that. Because this is a valid question. It's legit something that I have not considered yet.
Okay. We have to change with the new exit intent. Robin, do you have anything in the course yet about the ConvertKit forms?
Right. So sorry. Basically, the course is structured as follows. When you get started with this, you're first going to run through like some introduction videos. Then you have personalization, which is like changing up your simple logos, colors and stuff like that. Then you have customization, where you can do like rearranging or go deeper into the design. And then we have certain marketing features and integrations. And those aren't released yet, those videos, but they are also labeled as beta versions, because typically Framer natively doesn't really support exit intent pop-ups, but, and not to get too technical, but there are ways to add certain code overrides, is what they call it, that allow you to do stuff like that. So I had one guy install a code override. You're not going to see this anywhere. This is like packed deep within a template to have an exit intent. And I wanted that because the alternative would be a third-party subscription with something else. And that's a super easy setup, but I just didn't want people to have to spend more money on additional services. So what that means is that in Framer now, if you load up the template, then homepage, layers, then what you'll see is you see exit intent at the bottom is grayed out because I've hidden it. And you also have the top one, which is the page loader pop-up, is also hidden. That's because I need to give people proper instructions on how to use this and how to enable this before you actually get started with it. Now, I can show you how it works. Basically, enabling it isn't that big of an issue. It's just visible yes or no. So now I've made it visible yes. However, this doesn't work in a preview. It only works on the live website, I think. Maybe the page load would work. Try again. Oh yeah, there we go. So this is the exit intent. So it does work on a preview, and this works, but I would say like from the 20 times that I've been testing this out, we had like 1 or 2 times where it failed. And this is why I'm not 100% sure that it will function all the time. So we labeled it as a beta feature right now. But in terms of setting it up, more from a design point of view, you have these elements, marketing, and then you have pop-up designs. We build out a design that's a basic one, like the one on the main page where you can just click on download free beats, and this is just like a general pop-up. Then we have an exit intent design. Then we have a special pop-up, and we can assign this to whatever. Another special pop-up, and we have a page loader. So this one is the main one that we can click on, and it will pop up. This will be the exit intent, and this will be when people first come on the page. After 5 seconds or so, this will load up. Now these ones, we build timers in here. It's more so like, let's say you got a sales campaign going on for the summer, and you'd be like, summer sales live right now. Get it now because the sale ends in, and you could just change up the timer to whatever the end date is. Then we could build that special pop-up in here. And then, okay, I just said I wasn't going too deep, but I'm still going to. Then in the exit intent, then you can toggle on the right side between which variant you want to have shown. Special pop-up 1, special pop-up 2, or you can even choose just having that regular one. So then I do this, and now I get this pop-up. So this is more from a design perspective where it's super easy to design, just the functionality. I had some issues with it. Not that many issues, but yeah. That's why I said this is a beta feature for now. Does that answer the question, by the way, Ryan?
I think he's still gone.
Oh,
but
he's gone?
he stepped away for a bit.
Okay. If it's
that the question was like the Zapier exit intent. If it breaks
okay.
it, or you gotta
So
redo it.
Zapier is connected to help out with email marketing and connecting email marketing to whatever it is. So this has nothing to do with the design of it, actually. So I explained it, spent some time on that, but it wasn't even a question. Okay, it's been almost 3 hours. Give me a break, right?
Right. It's been a minute.
What else we got?
Let's see. Are certain features like the music album player built from scratch, or are those reusable components provided by Framer?
No, built from scratch. Definitely. They are not provided by Framer.
It looks super clean.
They do, yeah. So someone else built it. I remixed it. So that's how it works on Framer. And then I used it on the website and made it easier to use for you guys. So that's pretty much the process. What else?
See if I can find anything else. You already answered that one. New comment. Let's see. No.
Hey, I see comments now on the right side. How live starts.
Here's another one. It said, could I make some info for artists who buy beats that tells them how to add myself in credits and splits, etc.?
Could I make some info for artists who buy?
I feel like that'd be best to have as like just an email post purchase.
Yeah.
Not really a website thing.
Yeah, this is something that I would probably do in like a post purchase email automation. I actually had this in the post purchase email automation. Yeah. So no. Could you make it? Yes, you could. Should you do it? I don't think you should. Just do this in email.
Yes.
Did we answer this one?
No, it's a new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So we have a support group inside PRODUCR, because trust me, you're gonna have questions, which is good. It's a good thing. Someone asked, "Is there any particular limitations?" Whatever you can think of, you can pretty much do.
What are limitations?
What do you mean, like DistroKid limitations?
Yeah, I guess. What do you mean? We're not doing. This is not handling anything with the beat selling side. You're still on your regular beat store. This is just the design of the website itself.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about this. I probably have to make a proper visual overview of how everything is stacked up and how it works together to kind of make it clear to people.
Yeah,
I get it though. It's complex stuff. If this is all new to you,
so yeah, it's a whole new world for a lot of people.
Yeah,
first
for sure. Okay.
Any other final questions?
Oops. So in I don't know how I did it, but I was in like a start chat just now.
Top, go the whole way up.
Oops.
On the right side.
Yeah, I do that. It says end stream. Should I click that? No, I saw highlighted stuff.
Are we going to obtain data from the people who access the page? I'm not sure what you mean by that, because that sounds kind of maybe I'm weird. But like Google Analytics and the Facebook Pixel, yeah, you can install that. We have to make videos on that. But it's just in the settings. Yeah, you can it's like a code they give you. Or no, Framer literally has it. It says, what's your Google Analytics ID number? So it's super simple.
Is that how Framer does analytics? They don't have native analytics?
They do have native analytics, yes. But we like Google Analytics. And also if you're doing like any Facebook advertising, then of course you need the Pixel.
Gotcha.
Is there any content? Yeah, there's a whole course in Leaders. Robin, I'll pull that up. I'll pull that up real quick so people can see what I'm talking about. So if you're like, okay, I'm going to buy this thing, and then what the hell do I do exactly? Do I just rewatch the live stream and hope that I learned enough? No.
Yeah.
No. That was Robin's first idea, believe it or not. He was like, dude, I spent so much time. They can learn how to do it. I was like, dude, you can't. No. You can't say that. So inside of Leaders, there's a course. Continue course. There we go. And then it's Robin's little pretty face here in the right-hand corner going over how to customize every single little detail possible and everything you want to do.
Nice.
Nice.
So convenient.
Alrighty, boys. Anything else that we
Well,
didn't cover?
How are you guys like managing these comments, man?
I am the comment guys. What's the difference between building your own website or choosing you guys to build it? It's a good question. So for this template, we're just building out the template for you. So yeah, to my knowledge, right, if the guy who was like, hey, I need a custom, I want to do a membership, that's not included in what we're doing, right? We're just building out the template.
Oh yeah, you're asking at me. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I was like, you're gonna get the answer. Cool. No. So the difference between us building the website and you guys building it yourself. So obviously there is some sort of a learning curve. It requires some dedication, some time investment as well. And as with any new type of software or new thing that you're step into, you're probably going to have issues. What we noticed, and this is actually the first time that we offer such a thing publicly. Obviously, we do a lot of done for you services to our agency, but we never really put it up as an additional option. In this case, what we learned is that just speaking with a few guys in the past couple of weeks, they loved the idea, but they're like, they just don't want to mess with it. They got so much going on already. So for them, it's more like they don't want to spend any time or energy on it and be like, yo, you guys just fix it for me. I'll pay extra. That's all good. I just want to get this done. So that's why we put up that package. If you don't want to get into this stuff and you just want to get things set up and don't worry about anything of the technicals or whatsoever, then we'll do all of that stuff for you. So that's the main difference between building it your own website or choosing us to build it for you. Hopefully that answers the question though.
Sweet. Okay, another question. Share any data how much better Producer converts in condition? So right now, since Producer just launched, there's no data with Producer exactly, but Producer was modeled off all the custom websites that we've ever built, which convert better. To give you an example of, so Robin earlier mentioned we did a sales campaign for a client that didn't do really well. And that client was on the pro page, and we looked at the analytics. It had a 0.08% conversion rate, or 0.008. It wasn't even 1%. It wasn't even 1%, while the client who's on the custom website had, I think, 2.7% conversion rate. So I can give you that data in that the custom website usually works better. Because you can have all the freaking banners, the discounts, the timers, just better website's going to work better.
Yeah.
Okay. Rob, this might be a good question for you. What's the difference between Framer versus something like Wix or Squarespace? Like what really sets it apart?
Freedom to customize whatever you want. So there's still a difference between Wix, Squarespace. I would say Framer, Wix, Squarespace, ProPage. These are like three entirely different workflows and design systems, design software. ProPage is just an easy, quick setup, very limited in terms of what you could do up there. It's sufficient for a lot of people, and that's fine, but if you really want to like build something that looks better and just have a little bit more options in terms of customization, then then you're probably going to go towards like the Wix, Squarespace, or Framer. Then the difference between Wix, Squarespace, and also WordPress will be the same role. And Framer, the difference between that is Wix and Squarespace and Elementor, for example, WordPress. They you can get really far in terms of design, but the workflow and the technicals involved are way more complex. Even though Squarespace and Wix have like a very user-friendly engine, there's where you like hit into a wall when it comes to customization because you're very limited. And usually because you want to do certain things, right? You have like this idea, like I want to have this logo bigger right there. Then you're going to spend like a ton of time just trying to figure out how you can do that, only to find out that you can't do that. For example, that's usually what you get when you're working with like a Wix or a Squarespace, and even with WordPress in sometimes. And that's what I love about Framer. There's like not really much that you can do. There's always a way to fix it. So
yeah, it's like I said, it's a big boy web design tool.
It is.
We took his money, boys. We took his money.
Appreciate it.
And the stream, boy. We got it.
Yeah. I have, so I'm just seeing the comments right now and I see a ton of discussions happening too. I just want to talk about this publicly. What are people feeling about the price? Like, what's the general consensus about that? Just out of curiosity. Did we pick up on any of that?
I didn't see a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so for this question, so I just kind of covered that. You can rewatch it back later with the certain data parts. But if you just rewatch the whole masterclass, this is kind of why we did it that way. Talking about the brand, the perceived value, everything like that. For Beats on YouTube, link to the pro page, user search. We never saw, Robin always did that for himself and Rujay of just the website and how people search, and there was never a huge drastic change. Once we switched people over as well from the pro page to their own custom website months ago for different producers, there wasn't a change either. Not like they lost sales in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good note, transition. We can definitely work on that. Producer's not a CRM. It's just the website for producers that you put your beat store on. I can't buy it, but I don't think it's unfair. Hell yeah. Meadow's going crazy.
Nice.
Nice.
Meadow. Oh, that's a familiar name. Nice. Cool.
Alrighty, boys. Any more?
So I'm waiting to stay around for like, we can do 6 more minutes because then we're sitting at a 3-hour live stream. And it's almost 11 here. So
yeah,
I was gonna say I have dinner plans.
I got to go find an apartment.
Yeah, let's if anyone has any last minute questions, drop them now because we're gonna end this stream in like 6 minutes. Even if you have questions afterwards, you can always reach out to us. Send us a DM. Go send emails to Rutgers in his inbox. He'll get back to you. Just in case you have questions after the stream. But if you got anything pressing right now, drop it now. I don't even know where to look. Where are they coming in, bro?
It's on the chat, man. Have you never?
No, it's just glitchy for me. I don't know why. So I see start now again.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You can't see the live right next to it.
Oh yeah. So now it shows up again, but it's just the tabs are disappearing for me for some reason. Anyway, fuck it.
Lucas got something about Framer. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, I also see. Is there an example of how the website loads when searching Google? Pull yours up too. First. Sorry. Pull yours up first that you got there because I got these in the start section. Can you?
Questions?
Yeah. You said you had a question?
Oh, I can't. I'm just reading them off. Ryan has to click. I don't have highlighting access for some reason.
Is there an example of how the website loads when searching Google? I guess elaborate on that.
Like search results, I guess. Like
SEO. Okay, yeah, just how it would normally do. So, am I still sharing? Oh wait, at the stage. There you
pull
go.
it back in.
Got it. So basically, for every page, let's say the licensing page, then if you go to the settings of this page, then you have the title, then you have the licensing. Then you have the URL or the slug if you're used to WordPress, and then you have the page description. And this is literally how you would see it within Google.
yeah, that preview thing, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he's talking about the preview, right?
Yeah, I think
SEO.
that.
Mm-hmm. Is it hard if I want to build it myself?
I mean, go for it.
You want to learn how to become a web developer, web designer?
No, I mean, I guess it depends if you have any previous web design experience. If not, then this is gonna be very hard for you to build.
Yeah.
At least it's gonna take you a lot of hours.
It's gonna take like hundreds of hours to get to the point where this is like something you could like easily build, if anything.
Yep. So, sorry, Troy, I didn't cut you off.
No,
I was gonna say, yeah. So when you go on the sales page and you hit preview, takes you to the one that you're buying essentially.
Yeah.
Would you say that the ability to customize the site is limited? Because I think you have pretty much unlimited freedom to do whatever you want with the site.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I guess depends how you look at it. So right now, so what I see happening with a lot of producers using this template at some point, a lot of people won't even be touching these sections. They'll probably be like, let's just not touch this. This is good enough. I'll just keep these. And that's how we get like a lot of the same looking websites across different beat stores, right? But to be fair, that's what we see already anyway, since like 90% of people have the exact same layout. This still gives you more customizable options, being able to switch stuff out, like I showed in a presentation. But there are actually ways to kind of like organize things differently. So let's say I don't want this here. Then I could just say, you know what, visible. Let's just remove this whole part. Let's just say I have a cool deal going on. Check it out. And maybe I want to change this part up and make this the different header. Then let me make this H2 so I can turn it into this. And then let's say this part, I want to not have it here, but maybe I want to have it under this section. Then I can remove this here. And now I have the actual code, the call to action for grabbing the coupon code within the top section. So every element on this page can be switched up. Let's say I want to have this on the top end, which probably wouldn't work right now in the setting that I'm at, but you could switch this up to have it on a different area of the website as well. Let's say I want to have it down here because I know people are going to be looking at the licensing. That I can say, okay, this week only we got a special deal going on premium licenses, for example, and then you can display that under this section. So you really have full control when it comes to customizing and just moving things around. The thing is, though, in the videos that I'm starting off with, I'm not going to go too crazy on that just yet. And that's just because you need to understand a little bit about how this software works before you actually start doing like more of the advanced customization stuff and moving elements around. So you'll notice in the courses and the tutorials that I made that it's very straightforward just to get your own web design, your own brand incorporated. But I will be adding probably a lot more advanced tutorials later on as well. But that's just for people that really want to like dig in and do something crazy. I actually had a great idea, Ryan, for this. Given
I gotta bounce out here in like the next minute though.
Yeah. Given the customizable features, I was like, why not make like producer awards? Have people just design the craziest web page.
Go for it.
Yeah. I love that.
And make people be creative. Like you said, I think a lot of people are just going to use the template as is. And there's a lot to do there already to make it look different. But that's the beauty of Framer. It's like whatever, there's a ton of tutorials on YouTube on all the different shit that you can do. Just bounce on our website and just click around and you'll see all the different shit that Robin has done. But yeah. I gotta hop out. I think Rucker's still in here, so it'll keep the stream going.
We hit that 3-hour mark, boys.
I see one more question from Low Ray. How hard was it to build the custom features? So I definitely don't have an extensive web development background. I'm like a full no-code web development type guy. I don't know anything about code, just some basic HTML. It's more so the workflow and understanding how the software works, and also a little bit about just general web design stuff with working within frames and within. Let me just give an example. The software is called Framer, right? So literally, when you look at, let's just take this top section for example. Then, if you build it out, then on the left side you have this layer section, and it's literally layer within layer within layer within layer within layer. So it goes deeper, 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 deeper. This is kind of based off of normal coding, but now in a more visual way. But understanding the hierarchy within the different sections, that is something that will definitely take some time to fully understand. And then comes the aspect of applying it in a way that it's optimized for the other breakpoints too, so you don't have to go through every single version and constantly make the updates there. So I did track a little bit about the first project that I did, which was the entire Heat website, for example. And it took me about 50 hours to build out this website, just to give you an estimate. So not sure if you're up for that, but
yeah, I feel like I have like amateurish decent experience doing like web development stuff like this with no code tools, like not as good as you, but even then I feel like I'm still just barely wrapping my head around kind of just the fundamentals and workflow of it. So there is a learning curve, but it's not like you got to learn how to code, and you're not going to be writing JavaScript and shit like that.
True.
But it's not, you're just not going to walk in and just start building shit like nothing. Like there is a bit of a curve, you know, but if you're a visual kind of person, like you're more of that over just development and code, like you'll get the hang of it more quicker than not.
For sure. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Kavi, why is this one popping up? Did
you clicked on that. I
didn't click anything, bro. I'm sitting here.
That's Ryan.
Oh, Ryan?
The ghost of Ryan. He already dipped. He said,
"Ghost of Ryan." Shout out to
already dipped. He's like, I'm gonna go do whatever. I stayed till the end. I gotta find a place to live or I'm gonna be homeless, and I still stayed to the end.
Okay. Good luck, brother. All right. Everyone is still watching. Love, appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. If you guys got any more questions, just go harass Rutger at support@heat.co. He'll get back to you ASAP. And you can also send us a DM on Instagram if you got any questions. Wrapping this one up. It's been 3 hours. It's been crazy. Thanks again, and hopefully till the next one. Peace.
Yep, see you guys.